Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us. I'm Hani Haidar, a program manager at the Zain AB iPark. We're very happy to have the pitch day now, a 5-hour pitch day with esteemed jury. We have Dr. Asfour here, Maha Zwahid, and all of you here. Thanks so much for being with us. It's been a great journey starting in February. I'm Hani Haidar, your MC for the day. Mechanical engineering background at AUB, as well as an MBA from AUB. So now I'm working in AUB, so full AUB in the DNA. Very excited to be talking about the current program. We've seen you grow, we've seen your ideas develop, we've seen you go from idea to prototype and further than that. And today we culminate this journey with the pitch day in front of an esteemed jury. Before we continue, I would like to welcome Ms. Maha Zwahid to the stage to give us an opening word. Maha.
Good morning. So thank you to this year's cohort. Thank you for coming to this year's cohort pitch day. Just wanted to say that people ask me, what do we do at iPark? So simply what we do is try to find people who can make an impact, who can make a good change, and empower them to do so and become reality, to transform their ideas into reality. So by now you must have went through a lot of capacity building, and we've seen incredible ideas. I can't wait to see you pitching now after all the work, the hard work you have done. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the program, and best of luck.
So just a quick recap. We had 5 sprints in this program. It was sprint-based. We covered design thinking, business model canvas, entrepreneurial law, financial literacy. These were the judges for the first sprints: Arthur, Muhammad, who was a iPark startup himself and now turned mentor. This is what we're trying to do. Also, Jamal was an iPark startup turned mentor, so we're always bringing in the new startups to kind of coach the older startups. And thank you for Arthur Bezdikian for giving a Sprint 5 on pitching. On top of that, we did one-on-one mentoring. I was the mentor as well as Rida, among other high esteemed mentors. We also did more of an experiential session with Adnan from BY Venture Partners, where he did a very long presentation about safe agreements. Got a bit complicated, but I think most of you benefited from that a lot. As well as from Salman, who I met at LEAP conference in Saudi Arabia. We were in the investor area, and we just started talking. We brought him in to mentor our startups. He has a very different strategy than what I've seen before, so it was refreshing to see somebody give us a strategy with a new take. And ultimately, these are our go-to-market startups, and all of them did one-on-ones with the current idea validation program startups. So this is what we're trying to promote, bring value back to the people who need the value, and creating a chain long-term of people coming in with ideas and going to market and expanding. And of course, a big thank you to Arthur Bezdikian, our entrepreneur in residence, who couldn't be here with us. He's been serving as EIR, giving us strategic guidance and sitting with one-on-ones with the startups to help them with their tactics and their strategy. And last but not least, I'd like to welcome our jury members. We have Mr. Abdo Ashar, who's the CEO of Solutions, Tech for Equity Accelerator, Angel Investor. We have Dr. Asad Eid, who's a scientist and educator. Mr. Ali Akhras, who's a fund manager at Kafalat ISME, and Ramzi Farah, who's a director and managing partner at Razor Capital. So without further ado, we're going to begin our pitching. But the jury, do you have the Excel for grading open? Is it ready, Ramzi, everyone? Okay. So it's going to be 3 minutes pitching. The screen's over there with 5 minutes Q&A from the jury. The jury have the microphone. So we're going to start with our first startup, who's innovating in the restaurant management system experience. Please welcome Ariva to give this presentation.
Fully booked, again, I've been going at it for 15 minutes. This is what I go through on a weekly basis. 10 to 15 minutes represents the time it takes for a person to find and place a reservation, making it not only time-consuming for reservees, but for the restaurants as well. Due to an inefficient management system that has revealed a hidden cost that restaurant owners are unaware of, causing a 27% loss in revenue every year. Meet Arriva. It's a system that allows restaurants to manage their bookings and keep track of their customers via our dynamic table management system. Our application will be the user's consultant, helping them find the right restaurant according to their exact filters in only 1 to 2 minutes. Our competitors are Medio, ServeMe, who charge $3,600 annually for a manual system, and OpenTable, who are primarily based in the US. Contrary to our competitors, Arriva leverages itself with better features, solving both the user and the restaurant's problems, all at a very low price of $3 per reservation. Our edge, we are not just cheaper, but we are better because we provide a reservation, management, and statistics all in one. We are also faster thanks to our intelligent automated reservation system. We succeed when our clients succeed. So we believe that through our fees that are charged, to restaurants via our Arriva reservations, and we leverage them on our premium placement on our featured list of restaurants. Our traction, well, apologies, the numbers have been amended, but we will begin with our obtainable market with 500 restaurants here in Lebanon, with a potential to reach a market revenue of $1 million, and hopeful expansion into the MENA region. We have secured a key partner and are currently developing our pilot. We are on track for our MVP, and our launch is to follow soon after. Our founders are myself, Roy Saad, and Elias Samhan, with our very friendly partners, Flag M Group. Our advisor board is filled with experienced members. Our go-to-market plan is made up of awareness, conversion, retention, and consideration. Our ask is $100,000 to cover our route and for your experience to help us guide and learn from you and able to further grow Arriva and revolutionize the F&B industry. Let's reshape the dining experience one meal at a time. Thank you.
Besides the cheaper, quote, quote, value proposition that you're offering, how you differ from OpenTable?
Okay, so let me just go back. Okay, so OpenTable charge annually for a system which is their management, and they take per reservation. So here we're only putting how much they charge on the management system. It's a bit harder to calculate how much they charge per reservation in total, but we know it's $1.5 per reservation. So adding this up with the $6,000 per year, their costs go above us. Now that's just the cheaper side. Different to this, we are currently developing an automated, intelligent reservation system where the system instantly understands how we know that in Lebanon that tables have to move constantly and be repositioned. They don't have this issue maybe outside, but here it's a constant issue that we have solved, where the management system knows how to reposition tables and perfectly seat customers to increase table turnover.
So you only focused on places that have moving tables?
No. Okay. So
comparing to OpenTable, like this is what I want to compare to.
Okay, so other than this, I mean, we provide the same features, but were cheaper, like I said, and we haven't limited ourselves exactly to just them because, okay, this is something a bit confidential, but I'm going to reveal it for the first time here. We are working on a successful integration with POS, which is something that they have struggled to do. And most startups like this have struggled to do because of the difficulty of entry into the integration with them. So this is something we're currently working on.
Thank you for the presentation. Regarding this slide specifically and regarding ServeMe, okay? So when looking to the comparison you have here, it's kind of misleading a little bit. First, ServeMe is an enterprise solution. So basically customers cannot go there, they cannot use it, okay? It's not intended for them to use it, okay? So basically, ServeMe, it handles the table management, the back-end management for the restaurant itself or the hotel or whatever. Okay, so putting comparison saying table management, online reservations, they don't have online reservation, we have it, we're better. It's not about being better by having the online reservation itself, because ServeMe, they don't offer online reservation and they don't want to offer online reservations, but they manage the reservations in the back end for the restaurant.
Yes.
So this is one thing. Another thing, ServeMe have other services, okay, which also this is a little bit misleading,
yes.
Okay, because ServeMe, they have very good services elsewhere. And regarding the pricing, you're saying $3 per customer per reservation means they might end up paying more for your service rather than compared to what ServeMe is charging the restaurant. So saying it's cheaper depends. It's a small restaurant, they don't have much customers, possibly it will become cheaper. But for a very busy restaurant, I think ServeMe, they will end up paying less to ServeMe than paying to your solution.
We go back to what I said, where we succeed when our clients succeed. And this is key because since we work per reservation, it means that whenever we get a customer through us, it means that they're also succeeding, meaning that they're generating profits as well per these reservations. We've calculated the amount of the average spending per reservation.
I know, but the selling point you're using is cheaper might not be valid.
I understand, but then you look over at the features we come with, it might not be cheaper in terms of individual, as an individual thing, but all in all, I think we provide a full package compared to what ServeMe have to offer, thus somewhat validating, but I understand your point. Thank you very much, it's noted.
So, ServeMe, OpenTable, I'm not sure what Medio, are these B2B platforms?
Yes, okay, so ServeMe are back-end, purely back-end, and Medio is front-end, so it's B2C.
Okay, and OpenTable is both?
Both.
Okay, and you're going B2C?
And B2B.
But B2B is just to onboard the restaurant?
No, no, we manage tables, we provide statistics, and we have a system that calculates basically no-shows and everyone that's profitable to their restaurant and helps them increase their turnover via this knowledge that's all provided in our service.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Toters, who has the largest database of Lebanese restaurants.
Yes.
What stops them from putting in online reservation just on their app? We all have the Toters app. I'm sure probably at least 90% of the people in this room have the Toters app.
Yes.
And so instead of making an order, just reserve a table.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, obviously their connections are something they can easily leverage, but thankfully we have our own connections. That's to begin with. Second of all, it's not something that's easy to enter. It's not something that they can do right on the spot. So us entering the market as beginners will cement us in the customer's mind. So they will reference us. Now, our business model is focused on tackling this specific issue, where I believe that Toters is more focused on delivering. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay, now just for time, because we have 21 pitches, I'm going to stop the pitches at 3 minutes and the judging Q&A at 5, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, up next we have a startup who is working in the tourism industry. So if you're ever wondering what your friends are going to do, you can use this app. Please welcome Alex from Wink. Waynak.
Hello everyone, we're Wink, and we've revolutionized the way you plan your meetings with your friends. Let me ask you, have you ever missed a meetup because you didn't know your friends were in town? Or have you ever missed a reunion because it wasn't booked on your calendar? And tell me, how do you know what to do from the million of options available online? Well, with Waynak, we answer those questions. We provide you with your social calendar that lets you know throughout the year the whereabouts of your friends. To know what to do, just ask our AI chatbot, and he will recommend you plans from the list of our trusted partners. And once you know what to do, simply create an event, invite your friends, and we take care of the reservation and reminders to make sure that no one misses a reunion again. We also invite businesses to promote their services to help our user in creating their reunions. All they have to do is create a profile, get listed on our AI chatbot, and let it do its magic. We've piloted our first prototype with 3,000 users. We've so far made 500 reunions happen. But most importantly, we gathered tons of feedback to create an app tailored for our user needs. We charge businesses $100 per year to place them at the right place at the right time when our user asks for it. We act as a 24/7 sales agent to promote our business partners. Our aim is to list 100 businesses per month across various cities, which will enable us to get a revenue of $120,000 during our first year. Wink merged the schedule power of calendar with the social connectivity and promotion available in today's social media application into one social calendar that's powered by AI. We are currently prototyping in the Lebanese market, valued at $84 million, the market of social media and advertising. Our aim is to be in the GCC in the next year and to play on the global stage. And we're the right team to do it. We combine experience in strategy, marketing, sales, AI, and tech development, and we're hungry to grow our solution. Today, we're asking for a partner to help to open up opportunities and networking opportunities and give us access to $30,000 to be spent to scale our technology. So what are you waiting for? Join us in making more reunion happens. Please scan the QR code to keep track of us, and thank you so much for your time.
So you've done some testing already. I'd like to know the feedback. What are people liking? What's working? What's not working?
Of course. So in the first round of feedback, we wanted to test 3 things. The first one is that the users want to tell their friends when they're going to be in town through our social calendar. The second one is that we created a tool for them that will allow them to plan their private schedule. And the third one, we wanted to check what is the missing part. So like what will make this application better for them. So we opened up our ears to listen from their feedback. So in terms of putting their dates, they were happy with it. However, they felt the level of privacy might be breached, so we added an additional layer of privacy to it. In terms of creating event, we simplified the creation of event to make it more user-friendly. And the third one, and it was the missing piece of the puzzle, is that they told us, okay, so we know where our friends are. We have a tool to schedule event, but how do we know what to do? So here, we thought about an innovative way to introduce a specific recommendation through our AI chatbot. And we've already done 3 test tests with our customer, 1 online test and 2 live tests, so we were sitting with them using it. And I mean, today the reaction once the chatbot talks, it's like as when you discover it, like ChatGPT, so it's, we got very good feedback on this point. And constantly, we're working to be present with them on the ground, meeting users, and getting feedback through our channels to constantly improve the application.
I'll just give a comment, and I think this is where I believe you might find a lot of value. There's a lot of consumers, especially millennial and Gen Z consumers, that are looking for experiences, right? And maybe you might want to consider an aggregation of experiences on the platform, and that might be the sticky factor.
Exactly.
No, to be very honest, I don't see the stickiness in just, you know, making sure, like, you know, okay, جاي على البلد ومش جاي على البلد وأنت جاي وهيك. I think, you know, there's a lot of competition on WhatsApp and so on and so forth that users can use, but creating a platform that provides كل شيء, experiences, events, so on and so forth, and, you know, creating that ecosystem of, okay, what is the supply side providing and what is needed on the demand side, that potentially can create a little bit of a, you know, defensibility on your product.
Exactly. So, so just to briefly answer on this point, I'm 100% aligned with what you say, and this is why we introduced at the first phase the AI chatbot, because we thought that this will bring the real value by providing experiences to our users. And today we're partnering up with leading experience partners in Lebanon to provide their experience to our users through our Trusted Partner program. Hi, Abdul.
How's it going? You good? All right. So it's a consumer product. Usually with consumer products, my main concern most of the time is stickiness, as Ramzi said, and recurrence of use. So what this means is like, I forgot to use it. Why would I want to keep it as an app on my phone? Okay, so this is going to be the most or the biggest problem. So what is the cue that you're expecting to basically trigger your consumers to remember that you exist?
So the way we're doing it is that so with every trusted partner that is listed with us offers discount to our user base. So we make this community feel of our users to use our tools and create their experiences and benefit from the discount that they can get from our trusted partners. So this is on one point. And the second point is like make it easier for them to use the event planning tool to plan their events.
So I'm assuming it's easy. How
Yes.
do you make sure that the frequency happens more frequent? And number two, to trigger them, right? Like,
So yeah, so to trigger them, of course, it's by constantly adding new partners and new experiences that they can benefit from. And to use it more frequently, we use, we count on the network effect, right? So like if you use it to create 3 events and then your friend invited to 3 other events, then automatically you will constantly check for what is your next event.
We have one more. خلاص.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Thank you, Zafir. Okay, up next, we have
1 minute, Hani.
1 minute for the jury. 30 seconds for the jury. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, judges. Up next, we have a startup that's innovating in the crowdfunding sphere. Please welcome Benoit from Sandwalk.
You might have a great idea, the perfect idea, but you're lacking the funds to execute it. And well, with no execution, an idea will remain just an idea. Or you might have a good product, a product that you've built from the ground up with all the passion in the world. For some reason, it's not generating any sales. Well, you're not alone facing these issues. In fact, more than 90% of startups and endeavors fail due to these very specific factors. My name is Benoit Khayyat, CEO and founder of Sandwalk, a platform on which you'll be able to raise funds without losing any equity. On Sandwalk, you'll be able to build, grow, and manage your community, secure early customers and early sales, validating your product market fit before going through heavy and early investments. So on Sandwalk, as a creator, as an entrepreneur, you'll be able to list your product and mark your funding goals. In return, backers or investors will be able to fund your project in return for an expected reward. And the reward is usually the product that you're building or a derivative of it. And that is what we call reward-based crowdfunding. And it exists, right? But not in the region, leaving more than 150,000 potential creators with no go-to platform. And none of the competition has what we call the unique milestone stage approach. And it's normal because we've created it. You see, we realize with the team that every year, more than $100 million are lost on these platforms by the creators. And that's because creators will receive their full fundings in one check without giving any guarantee of success and without getting audited. So on Sandwalk, creators will need to divide their funding pool into different milestones. And backers will be able to track the progress, participate actively in the construction of this project, and vote on the unlock of each one of these milestones. The platform is designed to maximize backers' protection, and it is tailored to answer their regional needs. So from joining communities of passionate and like-minded people and connecting to the most prominent creators of the region, we truly believe that the team is making the best work ever to create a unique user experience for backers and creators. And from product to software development and expertise and management and strategy, we know that we have all of the in-house capabilities needed to make it work. So we believe in Sandwalk and we believe in our vision. We know that by 2028 we can become one of the leading crowdfunding platforms in the Middle East, having secured by them more than 12,000 projects and facilitated the funding of $250 million. For that, we're asking today for $100,000 in order to first expand the team, second, acquire the right licenses that will allow us to grow and scale geographically, and finally, finalize the product as we envision it. Thank you all for your time. Yeah, sure. So the
Business model, yeah.
So we have different means of generating revenue. The first one being commission on successfully funded campaigns. So as long as a creator doesn't successfully fund a campaign, we won't take anything and charge anything. As soon as it's successfully funded, we'll take 5% commission fee on the total amount that was funded. We have other means of getting revenue, such as premium subscription that we'll launch later on, but more importantly, data that we will sell to the creators. Data on early customers is super valuable, especially for early businesses and startups, as you may know. So we'll generate all of these data dashboards and sell them to creators.
Creators, you mean businesses, essentially?
Yeah. Businesses trying to get funded on Sandwalk.
And what is your target segment of creators or businesses?
Yeah, so for now, we've divided Sandwalk into 8 different industries. We have F&B, we have tech, pure tech, and we have other things like events, community events, etc., etc. So we've divided the whole scope into 8 different industries, and we're planning to bring in, as a go-to-market strategy, big players of each of these 8 industries in Lebanon to start with, and then with these kind of big players, generate like the traction that we need.
So you said non-dilutive investment.
Yeah.
Okay. So as an investor, what do I get?
So we don't call them investors, we call them backers, because it's not one big investor that will fund the whole project. It's more of it's literally crowdfunding. So you'll go on the platform and fund a project, give him $50, $100, $200 or whatever, and in return you will get a reward, which is usually the product that this creator is building, this entrepreneur is building, or a derivative of it. So let's say that you're building.
So how do you differ from Indiegogo or?
Oh, we're doing kind of the same. Yeah, it's reward-based crowdfunding. And as I explained earlier, so it is reward-based crowdfunding, but we're differentiating by the fact that first we're tailored for the MENA region. So everything from look and feel to the services that you offer in terms of payment, etc., will be tailored specifically for the MENA region, country by country, and we're implementing this milestone stage approach that minimizes at a maximum the losses of backers due to the nature of these crowdfunding platforms in general. You know, as I mentioned before, as a creator, you don't give any guarantee of success when you crowdfund. Here we're minimizing the losses of backers, basically. Thank you.
Up next, we have a startup who's working in the accessibility industry, which Maha loves. Maha's accessibility advocate. And this startup called Steppropriate is doing exactly that. Please welcome Aya from Steppropriate.
Hi. Take a moment and try to remember with me. How many times did you find yourself with busy hands and one of the biggest obstacles at that moment was simply opening a door? Well, that's one of the daily struggles of people with hand disabilities who are often neglected and make 13.6% of the global population. And that's what we're tackling right now, the doors. And we aim to expand the product line to tackle the other sectors and services. That's why we created this step, a step that helps them hand-free open the door, create inclusivity, and increase their independence, and increase their employment rate in workplaces. And that's how it works. Step, pull, and open. As simple as it gets. The step can be placed at the bottom of the door and can be assembled by literally anyone. In order to reach this almost finalized product design, we had to go through a series of iterations, as you can see. With our support of local partners, we had iterations from functionality, materiality, and even the design itself. This is all while keeping in mind to design for sustainability and focusing on these 4 main SDGs. Whether from a social or a commercial setting, through hospitals, academic institutions, retail distributors, and even suppliers, that's how we reach our users. And our B2B strategy is our priority at this moment, and this is to ground our testing phase and increase our credibility in the market already. While impacting socially and environmentally, our users are not limited to people with hand disabilities, but the product is also inclusive of people who are simply hygienic, people with busy hands, and even elderly people. This is all to make us in the already established market size of $31.1 billion. And at this stage, our product is projected to be sold at $85 per pair, from 18 to 25% of profit margin, and we haven't even started mass producing yet. We're also considering package deals per order with an annual maintenance fee. Yes, we are not the only ones who are trying to solve this. The already existing products in the market solely focus on the door only. And what sets us apart is our focus on the recycled materiality, our customized order per color, pattern, and even the size. And we're also having the product way cheaper and even half the price of those already in the market. This is all to make Steppropriate the first to enter the MENA market, having iterations, replacement parts, and a competitive price. And what made all of this come together is our team's diversity. Yes, we're all designers, but each one of us has her own experience and expertise that made us all complementary. Our journey began back in 2022. We won several awards and we were featured on Apple TV, and we have a long journey ahead from patenting the product and manufacturing in the MENA. We want you to be part of this change. Let's take a step together with your help, mentorship, and expertise to hopefully open many more doors. That's how we Steppropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. 2 quick questions. Where did you patent the product? And what is the price of the product? The price.
The price. So basically, we're looking into the
compared to other products in the market. Compared to other products in the market.
So we're basically looking and patenting the product in Lebanon, but we We're thinking about the process that it does not protect us globally. So we're looking into the upcoming milestone is how to patent it and have a global protection in the market. The second question, the product is to be sold at $85 per pair. The pair is having the double-sided of the door with an 18 to 25% of profit. And the other products in the market are based in the US and Germany, one of which is sold at $150. So we're almost half the way of the already existing price due to the shipment and being the first to be in the MENA region. I hope this answered your question.
Yeah, you've shared some numbers, okay, globally, people that needs assistance or whatever. So numbers are, okay, huge, but how much of these numbers are relevant to your industry? What markets, where they sell the most of these products? And these should be your target markets, and we should look at the numbers of these markets specifically, not globally. And you just mentioned US and Germany. Okay, possibly are they your main markets?
No, our main market is the MENA region because the product does not even exist in the MENA. This is why we're tackling this, and the shipment would reduce the cost of the product itself.
But yeah, out of the 660,000, how many are potential? Let's say potential. These are the people in need,
and potential users for the
users.
Product. Yes.
And is it dedicated to consumers or to corporates?
It's both, but we're focusing on the consumer, on the clients first, because this is how we're going to reach our users faster, and it's going to increase our credibility because we will need to test the product first.
Yeah, but the consumer would use it at home, but if he goes to work,
yes,
can he fix it at work, his own product, take it with him to work, or the company should install their own?
The company can install their own, and the user can install his own or her own at house. So it's a two-way market. And we also have a setup fee from our side where we can help companies actually set up a product at their place.
Thank you.
I saw something similar on Shark Tank, which is you know, the one on the door on the bottom. I know it's door only focused. You're saying you're not only door focused, right? And here you're targeting also you know, probably elderly or disabled assistive markets, right? And you're saying you're hands free. So how do you, like, this needs to be on the door, right? Like, if I'm disabled, how can I reach it if it's on the door, on the bottom? That's first question. Number two, how do you differ from the US product? You've probably seen the Shark Tank one, right?
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, basically, you use your foot instead of your hand, so you don't need actually to use any hand for people with hand disabilities if you're disabled. The second thing is that we're basically focusing on the mechanism itself and the design, because what they did is not basically inclusive enough, as we think, and as per our study, is not inclusive enough for people with hand disabilities or people who are simply elderly, because during our interviews with iPark, we actually noticed that people with hand disabilities or mobility deficiency, they don't have well-balanced, they don't have enough balance for them to actually, like we started with the slide or with step and everything. So we're trying as much as we can to have the step really inclusive for people who are having any issue. So they don't need to have balance to open the door. They don't need to have any specific requirement for them to use it. So that's the main difference.
are you not designing it in a way that adds complexity to solve the problem for the minority? So it's something to really think about, right? So the other one is more mainstream. It targets the majority of people. For you, you have a more complex design. Like if I want to install it, I need to think about it twice. So this is friction, right? So is this friction justified? Like maybe it might become a requirement, and in some places like California, they'd say, hey, you know what? The door opening solution needs to be disability proof, right?
Yeah.
It allows people that are disabled to open the door. It might become a requirement, and this might be great for you. Okay?
Exactly.
So this is, so the question is, how can you bridge the gap between disability and simplification of the product?
I think it's about universal design, because you mentioned it should be like a requirement for the doors. So we're looking, as an architect and designers, we're looking at universal design to make it very simple and very aesthetically, it's very looking good and matching with the environment. And most importantly, the simplicity is an actual major aspect of it, because you look at the prototypes, we tried a very simple mechanism. We're not making it complicated, but we're actually looking for a technical expert so that he or she can join the team in order to make it better, functionally speaking. And design-wise, we're already in the process of simplifying it. Yeah, done? All right.
We can continue this conversation.
Sure. Thank you so much.
So definitely don't worry if you didn't have time to talk to the jury. We can connect you to them, and they'd be more than happy to kind of answer your questions in more detail. Up next, we have a startup in the tourism industry who should be able to facilitate all the troubles that you go through when you're trying to book a trip. Please welcome Eri from Safrati AI.
Hello, I'm a yearly traveler, and each year I ask myself the same question: where should I travel this year? And I go through the same process. What about the destination? What can I do there? What about the visa requirements? Which airline to take? Which hotel accommodation to book? And which transfer to take? So as you can see, while preparing our travel itinerary, the main problem that takes most of our time is the information gathering. So according to Amadeus, travelers go into, on average, through a 71-day to go from the inspiration stage that is 33 days and to plan, book, and to research, plan, and book their travel itinerary that is 38 days. Travelers spend, on average, 5 hours and view more than 141 pages. And 80% of Arab travelers prefer to browse in Arabic when most of the content online is in English. So this is why we have created Safrati.ai. Safrati.ai is a localized online travel agency that leverages generative AI in order to build and personalize travel itineraries. We help Arab travelers apply for their visa application process and plan their travel itinerary while streamlining the process by 90%. So you think that we will be competing with the two big players that have dominated 92% of the market, that are Expedia Group and Booking Holding. Well, I'm here to tell you that no. They are selling airline tickets, hotel accommodations, and transfers, since their target audience are privileged nationalities that don't need visa processes and visa application to most of the travel destinations. Whereas we will be targeting an underserved area that is for the visa process for the Arab travelers and help them plan travel itinerary based on their personality. So our target audience are Arab travelers that are from 18 to 35 years old, that are business travelers and leisure travelers. They may be employees that travel on a weekly basis to other countries such as GCC, or leisure travelers who travel to touristic destinations. So how does it work? It works into 3 easy steps. First, they have to complete their travel psychometric test. Once done, with some interaction with the chatbot, they plan and book their travel itinerary. So we're going to be using JICE. JICE is the Arabic version of ChatGPT, but works 10 times better than ChatGPT in Arabic. And we are going to be based on a service commission fee. So where are we right now? We currently have an MVP that is on AWS, and we sell visa and travel insurances. We are the first and only platform in Lebanon and in the region to serve for 190 nationalities to 50 global destinations. As they are our customers, and we have more than 40 travel experts currently using our MVP. So we are one of the winners at There Was a Startup Accelerate program, and we will be competing on time, high localized quality service, high variety, as well as for personalization. We aim to negotiate deals with airlines since they will be our strategic partners later. Our team has diverse experience in the travel industry, data and AI, financial analysis, as well as for developing software development in Hida. So our ask is $120,000 to build our team, build our web app, and invest in marketing. So now, when you travel, you go into Safrati.ai.
How does your AI work? So basically, okay, it might look a silly question, but what is the end result?
Okay.
I fill a questionnaire, then you give me recommendations, 1, 5, 10, how does it work?
Okay. So based on the travel psychometric test, our AI will be fed by the API graph of Meta. The API graph of Meta will help us get the information that are public through their platform that is on Instagram and Facebook. So what we will do is we will take all of the public information of travel influencers and profilize travel influencers that are luxury travel influencers, to family travel influencers, to solo travelers, nature travelers, and so on. And based on the travel psychometric test and the basic needs and the interaction with the chatbot, we will make a profile to our customer and link and suggest from the profile, and profilize our customer with travel influencers. So we'll suggest them travel itinerary through the same profiles of travel influencers that resonates with them, and that way it would be personalized. Since the trend currently, if you want to plan your travel itinerary, you have to. Most of the travelers, when they want to plan their travel itinerary, they go through social media to check for experiences that suits them. Since the travel industry has been generalized and not personalized, and there's a shift currently that travelers are looking for experiences rather than generic
But
tourism.
influencers are looking for money also.
Yes, influencers are looking for money, but
So if you're basing your data on influencers, it might be very much misleading. And you see lots of food bloggers here in the country, they visit some restaurants just to get paid, while the restaurants, they suck. So
okay.
I don't want to end up getting suggestions from influencers or just looking for their financial interest. Possibly, yeah.
So the referral model will be, yes, based on on the suggestion that we give. It will be from the influencer, Mr. Eli. Okay, so let's say it's an example. So it will be based on the influencer. So each suggestion, virgule, the reference of the influencer, and that will be the referral model.
Okay, another comment. The part of the visas, which you moved on it very fast, but it's a very interesting model, and possibly it's a completely different business model than your Safrati.ai.
The visa?
Yeah, packaging both services together, definitely it's interesting, but the visa one, the visa service you're providing might be more interesting than the entire platform itself for planning.
Yes, 100%. So what we will be doing money out of the visa service and the visa processes that we will be helping Arab travelers apply. Whereas for the travel itinerary builder, it will be for free. We'll use it as a channel to bring the unaware customer to our platform. And since the Arab travelers, the first step for each Arab traveler is to apply for their visa. So once we know that Arab traveler is checking for travel itinerary to that destination or asking for visa requirements through our chatbot, in exchange, we'll give them the information for free, but in exchange, we'll get the contact information in order to retarget them and through the customer funnel and acquire them as customers. That's why the travel itinerary planning, personalized travel itinerary planning will be for free, but we will make money through service fees from the visa application process, from the streamlined application process.
How much money do you think you can make per customer per year on average? And so this is very important because and what's the customer acquisition cost? Like how much is it going to cost us to get this customer to know about you? So I'd like to know this.
Okay, so the lifetime value of our customer.
Value. I'd like to know the 1 year value from a customer. Okay.
Okay. So we have many customer personas. We have weekly travelers, we have monthly travelers, and we have once per year traveler. So at first, we are aiming to target the business travelers who are on a monthly basis. They travel on a monthly basis. So we'll make money from each traveler on a monthly basis, around $20 per visa requirement. And in order to acquire them, we'll be focusing currently on B2B. So for the business travelers, we'll be focusing on B2B by...
How do you find them? What are channels that you have in mind?
Okay, so each corporate office, they have a travel office. So that travel office is bombarded with requests.
That's your competitor?
No, that's not our competitor. The travel office of the corporate office of the company. Okay, they want a service that will be directly talking to their employees to apply for their visa services. So that's how we will find our B2B, our business customers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so, Julia, are you with us on Zoom?
Yes, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you please share your screen so we can start?
Sure.
Julian's in the airport. That's why he couldn't make it. Okay,
Can we see
go
my
ahead.
screen?
You have, yes. So he's innovating in the snail product industry.
And can you see me now?
Yes, please go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Perfect, thank you. We all use cosmetic products, but how many of us will actually know what goes into them? Nowadays, people are shifting towards chemical-free products. In 2023 alone, the demand for natural active materials in the cosmetic sector has increased by 300%. Today, nail slime is one of the richest natural active products in the market, yet it's unsustainably extracted, untraceable, and fluctuating in quality. We at Loop are providing high-quality nail slime that is sustainably extracted, traceable, and abundant, and that's through our innovative and patented slime extraction. We are cultivating Helix aspersa muller, a snail species that can provide caviar, meat, slime, and are currently focusing on slime extraction. Our process starts from our farm, going to our facility, passing through our machine, and back to our farm. By the end of the season, snails are harvested, packaged, and shipped for the meat market, filling by that approximately 35% market short. Harmlessly, our machine provides the happiest environment to our snails, allowing us to harvest the best quality snail slime. With the embedded clean in-place system, multi-sourcing becomes safe and profitable. Today, the cosmetic slime market is estimated at $8 billion, which is equivalent to 80 million liters. Being the first in the MENA region, Loop is aiming to grab 5% of that equaling $120 million. To reach our target audience in terms of pharmaceutical manufacturers, we rely on direct sales, conferences, export, and design. Looking into our competition, in terms of locality, cosmetic extraction, availability, and quality, Loop ticks all the boxes. Our journey started in 2018 with our first machine prototype. Today, we have fully automated machine and an agreement with one of the leading snail farming in the region. In our 2 years projection, we aim to pioneer in snail farming know-how, expanding by that local production, leading to potential new growth. This will provide the opportunity to reach the break-even point in the first year, focusing only on 2 products. So far, we have invested in 160K innovation. We are looking into R&D for lab testing, optimization, and certification, requiring an additional 100. Our team is diverse, backed strength by the consultants in pharmaceutical regulation and financial management, besides automation. With Loop, experience the secrecy of nature's first rain on use. Thank you.
So, couple of questions. Number one, you've been in the market since 2018. Can you just walk me through your financials for last year, just so I can get an idea of, how much sales you're doing, what's your cost, so on and so forth. And then number two, can you talk a little bit more about your patented product, the machine, where is it patented, what it does exactly, the value of that product, and how does it compare to, competitive, I guess, slime machines, if that's what, it does?
Definitely. Thank you for your question. Technically, in 2018 was our first prototype. In 2018, it wasn't our start once we entered the market. So we are now entering the market in 2024, and we're counting on 2025 to be our first official year. So we're not yet in the market. We're working on that. We've been prototyping and enhancing our machine since 2013, and now we have a fully automated third prototype that is fully operational. In terms of the competition, we are not selling the machine, we're selling snail slime that is extracted through this machine. That would allow us to have multi-sourcing capabilities that none of the machines does have. And I have a patent registered already in Lebanon, and we are working on, I'm on my way today to the Netherlands to meet up with the patent attorneys regarding patenting the machine in the Netherlands.
So what do you do differently than your competitors? Like I can hear everything, so want to make sure I understand it well. Like so, yeah, from a meat extraction and you know the slime. What are the components that you're trying to extract? Can you explain more?
Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So technically, we extract the slime alone. The snail stay alive and goes back to the farm. So our two competitive advantages are that the snails through the machine we don't have death percentages. So our competition admits of 10% death rate throughout the process because they use additives to the extraction process, which will lead to death of the snail. So our snails stay alive and go back to our facility or to our farm. And in terms of the competition towards slime, the other thing is that the machine has a CIP system, clean and safe system, embedded in the machine, which allows the machine to multi-source. All the competition have machines that can source only from one farm, and they don't have the possibility to multi-source. Therefore, they might risk cross-contamination between one farm and another. So our advantage is having the IP system that will eliminate cross-contamination between farm and another.
Where are you based, Julia?
We are based now in Salima, Upper Matan, and we are working on two aspects in the Netherlands. We already have an agreement for a research worth 40K regarding the slime quality, and we're working now. I'm on my way to the Netherlands again for a patent possibility, for filing a patent for the machine.
And I suppose you guys are not full-time right now on it.
Yes, myself, I'm a full-timer. The consultants that are on board come across the expertise that they have, and my partner Thierry Abenader, he's as a angel investor and at the same time leading on the business strategy.
Okay, Julia, thank you very much. We'll give a moment for the judges to put their grades in. Okay, we had to rework on the slides because we just shared screen. Okay. Judges ready? 1 minute. Okay. Sure. Okay. Okay, up next, we have a startup that's working in creating her own social media platform. Please welcome Eleanor from Life Essentials.
Greetings, my name is Eleanor. I'm an AUB graduate from the Faculty of Health Sciences with a concentration in Health Services Management and HR. Many of you had to help someone here at some point in their life who got sick or had to travel away, sometimes leaving behind family members who need special care. This can happen to anyone. The problem is that in such ad hoc life situations, people either don't have a preset network to cater to their urgent needs or replace a pressing function, or have difficulty accessing timely essential emergency needs and services in the market. Okay. Our platform will provide a solution for you because it's an all-in-one platform which is going to safeguard your essential database, crucial for survival and for your survival and the survival of your dependents, linking them all to regularly used services and products in the market, and sharing this information with priorly assigned proxy helpers. Our business model is unique, and we have many revenue sources, including ads, donations, discounts, and the three options freemium plan. Our aim is to reach 2 million users by 2029, knowing that the social media market is a blooming market, especially the apps linked to marketplace, all have shown a compound increase in the number of users and retention rates with time. Okay, our population served is almost everybody, but mostly benefiting are educational institutions, universities, underserved communities, and their annexed families. So also people who are in nursing homes and nurseries and handicap centers. And then we're going to extend from Lebanon to Western countries and to the whole world. In our competitive advantage, we are first to market in that we researched the internet for apps having one or two common features, and we found out that none of them came up with a comprehensive solution to cater to urgent needs and essential life matters like ours. So this is why we're first to market. We're serving a larger population, which includes animals, plants, and machines. In the first 6 months, we'll be researching, developing, and testing the app using our AB community as the model and coordinating with the Faculty of Health Sciences. In the second part, which is the year 2020, we'll be also marketing it in the Lebanese market, then the next year in Western countries. We are a team of 3 AUB employees who have more than 20 years of experience in their field, and we have really experienced advisors. Our ask for the first year is $90K to be able to develop the app and hire the needed manpower. Thank you for contacting us on lifeessentials.com. Questions?
Yes, so exactly who is your target market?
The target population?
Target market.
The target market is everybody, is almost everybody, because people are going to use this platform so that they don't get disconnected from their essential needs in case they get sick or have to travel away and they have families depending on them. So I don't think you saw the first slide, probably it's explanatory. Okay, so let me go back to the first slide. Okay, here, because we missed it at the beginning. Okay, so people who have a large family, especially extending to their surrounding, like their pets, like their cars.
Okay. And your approach to put it in a social platform versus a marketplace, why do you want to go with that sort of go-to-market or strategy?
Yes, because when you have, okay, so I'll give you an example here, that if you need something very urgently, you're not going to search the web for, I don't know how long it takes for a certain, you just go to what you need the most, what you usually use the most. And this is going to be stored in your file and linking it to, like, when you have your car and you know that that person is always repairing it, you just keep this file with this person so that he updates the information on repairing your car. So whenever you get sick, you send someone else to just take care of this matter, and he will have this file available and sharing it with the person who repairs your car. So it's a whole set of networks that's going to help you out in case you get disconnected. Okay. So here's the network. So first you store your the most essential things which can be really very stupid stuff, and that you mostly need them in your life, and that you can, through these stuff, you have to access the market. You cannot go out in the market without accessing the mostly used products. And then you share it with assigned, not everybody, so you have assigned proxy helpers. So for each task, you have someone assigned.
How do you intend to distribute it and grow it? How would people know about it? How would you get it to the mass market?
Actually, we're going to start from our university because we're going to test it there. And then we'll go to other universities in the Lebanese market. And then, so mostly universities and large communities would benefit most. And definitely people who are living alone, more than 30% of world population in the coming years would be having nobody around them. And this is where it will help them mostly. But most of people who depend on communities, large communities, would be more of a bigger market and reach out to all those services.
Yeah, I'd like you to get back to what Ramzi asked and said, okay? So you're focusing on everybody, and this is a problem generally, right? So you want to focus on a specific market because you can capture it more easily, okay?
Yes.
You're saying everybody, you're doing everything, right?
Yes, but in a controlled environment, you prefer to start from communities, okay? So like the most important and educational institutions, like here I put these here.
Well, I'm not sure universities is the right target, or, because they're probably younger, they don't necessarily care about the elderly, probably people that are, so the question is, how do you focus your, like, I see the need for a solution, like this is a valuable, it is a real problem.
Okay. I work at the office of the and cases whereby they left alone when they get admitted to the hospital. So it's everybody, and especially if they're part of a community.
Okay. Thank you, Eleanor. Thank you, Eleanor. Is that fair? Okay, up next we have a startup in the medtech dental industry who want to make life easier for all dentists around the world. Please welcome Dental Companion. Minus slides. When Cesar. شوفي سيزار. Okay, yes, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, just a technical issue with the microphone. We will continue. One moment. Hello? Okay. No, when the clicker.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdelkader Khattab. I'm a postgraduate dental student and a practice owner. I'm sorry if I look a bit tired. I'm sorry if I look a bit tired today. I had a very rough day. I went to the clinic in the morning to find not one, but 2 patients waiting for me. Apparently, 2 patients were overbooked at the same time. Anyway, I admit the first patient. I had to go search for the file, reread the file, just to re-jog my memory. I finished the procedure, and then came the hardest part of it all. I had to write down everything just so that I can go search for it later in 2 years when he comes back. So I decided I want to buy a dental managing software. I went to Google to see what's the most used software available, and this is what came up. Am I a dentist in 2024 supposed to use something that looks like it came out of Windows 98? No. So I called Rami. I think we can do better. This is why we created Dental Companion, an AI-powered dental managing software. Now let's imagine in an alternate reality where I have Dental Companion. How would that look like? A patient calls me, he wants an appointment. Companion, please set up an appointment for tomorrow at 9. The companion
Your
tells
9
me,
a.m. appointment is booked. Would you like to set up an appointment at 10 a.m. instead?
yes, please.
Done.
I admit the patient the next day. I finish the procedure. As the patient is leaving the door, companion, please note I did a composite on tooth 1/6.
Done.
Now we just showed you what sets us apart from the competition. Dentobot, a Siri-like smart assistant designed to automate the mundane processes associated with the dental managing. There are 1.6 million dentists in the world. 4,000 reside here in Lebanon. We hope to capture 6% of the market by the end of year 3. As of how we're going to reach that market, we plan to acquire first 10 customers via my personal acquaintances. Then we plan to set up booths at dental conferences and hire a sales representative. Dental Companion is a subscription-based service. $24.99 for the base package and $34.99 for the base plus Dentobot. This is our expected costs and revenue streams. We plan to break even at around year 2. As for the competition, Dentobot offers the complete package plus an AI agent, something the competition lacks. We are now 9 months into development. We hope to start beta testing next month. As for the traction, we won 2023 second place Darwaza, and we're currently in incubation from Fursa by Nucleus Ventures. We're asking for $80,000, and this is how we plan to spend the money. As for the team, we are uniquely positioned to understand the dentist's needs and adjust them. Thank you for your time.
Why you had 2 bookings at the same time in the morning? How did it happen?
A lot of things happen. Sometimes it's a miscommunication between the dentist and the assistant. Sometimes a human error. People forget that they have an appointment. It happens with everyone.
How much this is a frequent problem happening?
It's in of itself like double booking, no. But there's a lot of time where like you forget the patient that's coming. You forget to tell someone that, oh, you have an appointment next week. So an issue with booking is an issue. Double booking in and of itself, maybe it's not all of the issues, but it highlights some of the issues that we currently face.
So do you think your solution is addressing this problem as the main problem, or
double booking itself? No, it's booking in general. The errors that happen with booking. Sometimes you forget a booking. Sometimes you forget to talk to a patient. Sometimes double booking happens. It happens sometimes. It's a human error at the end of the day.
No, I see the chatbot as a management tool for a dentist. Something very interesting to position to sell. The chatbot.
Yes.
As a management tool for a dentist, yes. It might be very interesting because it saves time for the dentist in order not to avoid reading the files, writing down whatever service he provided to the patient, and so on. So it might facilitate his life as a chatbot, as a smart engine for management purposes. But having an opening statement about double booking, it's not related really to the solution you are offering.
The way we thought about it when we made the pitch is that it solves some of the errors that dentists have. One of them is booking. Another thing is sometimes that you want to write something down. Another thing is the inventory. There's a lot of aspects of the program we didn't discuss before the time's sake.
But the core offering you have is the management part.
Okay.
So focus on the management part rather than avoiding double booking as an opening statement, because the opening statement addresses the problem.
Okay.
So you're solving this problem specifically, while it's completely something different. It's all about managing the entire operation of a dentist.
You currently have a software at...
I currently use one of the softwares that's available.
Okay. Do you know how much it costs?
Yes. In Lebanon, they vary around $30, $20, $35. However, if you go outside of Lebanon, they start at $100. Some of the softwares Yes, monthly. Everything is monthly. Almost all of them are monthly subscriptions. If you go to the US, some softwares go up to $500, $600 per month.
Okay, and what's the cost of acquisition? I know like you're gonna send the medical representative, right? But you said you were busy in the morning and you didn't want to talk to anyone, including the medical representative in this case, right? So you know it's a long process. So what's the cost of acquisition for a doctor? Like, what do you expect?
Usually you have two main channels. One of them is the sales representative. Of course, that will be, we plan to hire a sales representative. That's gonna be like a fixed salary, plus like a percentage for like an incentive for each. Approximately like sales, we made preliminary calculations. Around $7 is the preliminary cost of acquisition for a single dentist.
So it seems like you're essentially creating an ERP for dentists and their offices and so on and so forth.
Yes.
What can you add on top feature set that they can benefit from that you see that are not in existing softwares, that you believe it's a potential opportunity as a phase 2 or so on and so forth? And then the next question is, how do you or can you provide the data to be owned by the patient that then they can use across dentists wherever they may be and not need to go to their existing dentist to have a full file and record of themselves?
Okay. So for the first question, what are the features that Dentobot can offer as well? We currently have an inventory tracking system. So the software itself tracks the inventory and how much he rebuys something. So with time, it can manage the inventory as well. That's for the first question. It also tracks the patient's insights, the financials, as of now. Of course, there are going to be later improvements and later features. And as for the second question, the patient, of course, we can add a feature. However, it's not there right now. We can add a feature that the patient can request like a PDF format of everything that he did. If you look at the patient chart, this is the program. You can just see this. You know what the patient did to his mouth. So he can see this, and we can send this to him and other things like that. Thank you.
Is there any distribution strategy that you could use other than the direct to doctor? Like, is there any massive channels that you can use? Like, hey, something specific that's already distributed that you can piggyback on?
Yes, usually, mainly it's gonna be via online websites and that gateway. And that way we're gonna sell the product. Yes, there's also, we're gonna be partnering, this is a phase 2. We're gonna be partnering with the syndicate and with the International Association of Dental Students, which is a congress where this is our main demographic. Young dentists who want to start, thank you for this as well. He's the technical part of thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Khalil, are you with us on Zoom?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, please
Should I
can you
share my
share your screen?
Yes.
Khalil's car broke down in the morning, so that's why he couldn't be with us, unfortunately. Judges, are you ready?
So, can you see my screen?
بس لحظة شوي. Okay, yalla, you have 3 minutes.
Okay. Last week, I visited the restaurant.
فينا نحط captions?
Captions.
إيش من عندك؟ لحظة.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress? Okay, احكي هلا.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yalla, great. Yalla, you have 3 minutes.
Yeah. Last week, I visited the restaurant at closing time and saw the unsold meals. Perfectly good, delicious food destined for the bill. It struck me, this isn't just a business opportunity, it's a moral imperative. SAIT is our response to this challenge. Many businesses, particularly in the food sector, face challenges in efficiently managing surplus food, resulting in high levels of waste. This issue is worsened by consumers who are facing rising food prices and have a strong desire to engage in more sustainable consumption, but lack accessible options. SAIT is merely bridging the gap between excess food and consumer demand by providing a platform for businesses to offer surplus food at discounted rates. Our business model is multifaceted, consisting of various revenue streams, commission-based revenue of about $0.5 per transaction, and subscription fees for both restaurants and users, and partnerships. We plan to expand SAIT's eco-conscious presence globally, beyond the Middle East and the Arab world. Our goal is to build key partnerships and integrate with major platforms like Toters and Uber Eats, promoting sustainable food consumption worldwide. 1/3 of all food produced for human consumption is wasted, equating to roughly 1.3 billion tons a year. That's like covering 24 million football fields with 3 feet of food. In Lebanon, the acute rise in food insecurity and skyrocketing food price index highlight the pressing need for a solution like SAIT. With a focus on Beirut, we're leveraging a high-density urban market ripe for affordable, sustainable solutions, driven by growing eco-consciousness and tech-growing integration. Based on this matrix, you can see that you have an obvious edge over our competitors from the delivery and user-friendliness points of view. SAIT's edge lies in seamless home delivery, with real-time tracking, a commitment to sustainability, personalized user preferences, advanced AI for food safety, actionable analytics for waste reduction, and robust community engagement through education and events. Our development timeline is a journey from planning to growth, marked by meticulous development, testing, refinement, and growth. Our first milestone was a comprehensive market research, where we directly engaged with potential users and businesses, collecting valuable insights and ensuring our solution was built on real market needs. You meet the team: Joelle Homsi, my co-founder, she's a software engineer at Bennett and Ranville, and myself, Khalil Kahwaji. I'm a co-founder and a software engineer at Murex. Today, we are seeking a funding of $50,000 over 12 months to help reach 150 businesses and 10,000 users on SAIT. Investment in SAIT is not just an investment in product, but sustainable future. Thank you for considering SAIT as your next venture into making a meaningful difference, and we're eager to answer any questions you may have. Is anyone talking? I can't hear anything if anyone's talking.
Have you started on the development of the platform?
Yes, we have started, and we aim to start beta testing in approximately 2 months.
And from a go-to-market perspective, do you have a first-hand set of restaurants that you're going to start with? Wallah.
Yes, so we actually did surveys, mostly in Zahle and Beirut. We talked with restaurants, coffee shops, supermarkets, and most of them, approximately 90% of them, agreed to start using SAIT, and they think that it's a good idea. So we aim to start by having a social media platform in the first place to promote our product, and start promoting it also in universities, as students are one of our target audiences.
And what segment in foods are you going after? I know there are some that are perishable in a higher rate than others. Some have a longer shelf life.
Yeah, so basically, for supermarkets, for example, canned food that will expire like in 2 days. For coffee shops, for example, the croissant for example, that will perish the next day. Well, not perish, but they won't be as good the next day. So the coffee shops will get rid of them. Instead of getting rid of them, they would just sell them at night for like 50% discount. And for example, in restaurants, they can buy excess meat, for example, but this meat won't be good tomorrow, but it is good today. So they make the burger and just sell it at a lower price instead of just destined for the bin.
And so I'm guessing from a platform perspective, there is the B2B side, but also the B2C side. So essentially, are you
Yes.
connecting, or are you also handling the logistics of delivering the food?
No, so we're actually going to partner with delivery platforms, like Totos, for example, and there's a delivery platform in Zahri called Yalla Jaya. They would just handle the delivery. They get paid, they deliver it from point A to point B.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the jury? Okay, so we have a 5-minute break now. If you want to use the restroom or smoke a cigarette or whatever you want to do, we can continue with the last 2 startups before lunch break in 5 minutes. Yalla, we'll restart in a couple of minutes. We have Wality and PayMind before we go on lunch break. Come to stage from that side. وينك فيكي معنا؟ ايه فيكي معنا طيب. جايبه كل التيم. ايه اهلا كيفكم؟ اهلين تشرفنا. هول الاثنين عندهم غنية ايه؟ عندهم غنية الاثنين. اوكي. ننطر للجادجز ليرجعوا لحظة. So we'll just be waiting for the judges to come back and we'll continue.
Can you hear them on Istanbul, huh?
Hello. Dr. Eddie, ready? Okay, we're going to continue with the pitches. Okay, so up next we have a startup that's working in the cryptocurrency industry to make it easier for everyone who just wants to get into crypto without all the hassle of actually creating an account with all the complications that come with it. Please welcome Rafi from Wality.
So in 2017, I begged my friends to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Unfortunately, nobody did because most lacked the know-how. However, as 2020 approached, before the second or third bull run, I created Coinsultancy, a one-stop cryptocurrency onboarding solution. We brokered $4 million to 120 happy clients. But my vision extends beyond my circle, and I want everyone to enjoy these lucrative returns. For that reason, we created Wality. Our mission at Wality is to democratize access to cryptocurrency. Through our prepaid cards, we've made acquiring crypto as easy as 1, 2, 3. But why does that matter? Because we want everyone, not just the experts, to have the opportunity to capitalize on the returns of digital assets. With Wality, it's as easy as scanning a QR code to start owning cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, the first and main cryptocurrency, has been growing in value since its inception. Today, the largest asset managers in the world are adopting Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going into the mainstream. The main problem we're trying to solve, that it's a complicated and painful process to get into crypto. Not everyone has access to crypto exchanges. Over and above, we see an 85% user turnover rate in exchanges. Usually, how to buy crypto? You need to locate an exchange, create an account, upload your KYC/AML, get approved, link your bank account, and then you can buy Bitcoin. In the best cases, that takes 30 minutes, and usually it takes a couple of days. The Wality way takes less than 5 minutes. You just need to purchase the Wality prepaid card from a retail shop, download our app, scratch and redeem, and voila, you have Bitcoin. Our product consists of two main elements: our prepaid cards and low denomination available in retail shops, as well as our mobile app that will allow users to manage their digital assets. Our target market for launch is the UAE, as it fosters a friendly crypto legal environment. Our goal is ambitious yet achievable. We target to onboard 255,000 users by the end of year 3. We will be available in physical and digital format. Our revenue model is based on markup and charging fees. Wality aims to serve beginners in the MENA region. At Quality, we require no skills at all. You don't need to be an expert to purchase crypto. We have been fortunate enough to receive recognition through 3 awards. We're currently fully immersed in app development and fundraising, and we're looking ahead for company registration, license application, and our eagerly awaited launch in the UAE. Our team consists of a crypto expert, marketing expert, and technical expert. And we're looking to raise $1.2 million that will last us 18 months from the day that we start applying for our licenses. Thank you. Crypto as easy as 1, 2, 3.
So first and foremost, thank you for solving for the UI UX problem in this space. I think that's the biggest issue that consumers face in crypto: how to open a wallet, your safe code, how to ramp on, how to trade. I mean, it's just, for your basic internet user, it's not easy. There's a ton of technical questions that I'll have, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But in essence, are you just acting as a wallet? Are you an exchange? Where's the crypto being stored? Just the first layer of...
Sure. So far, we've written 80 pages on our RDD document, and we're just awaiting our first investment to start developing our app. Our app also contains educational content that will, similarly to what we did in consultancy, we held the hand of the investor and helped him cross the road. That's what we're doing inside the app in a very simple format. We're currently acting as a simple-to-use cryptocurrency exchange. How we will do that, we will initially white label a crypto exchange on the back end, and we will be building our own front end. And we'll be building it on an ERP system as well. Because on the back end, wallet is also like a coupon management system. And so we're a crypto exchange, and we're a wallet, and we are a non-custodial crypto exchange. So we hold all the crypto for the user initially.
But then if you're an exchange, you need to manage a float and, I mean, all the technicalities of that.
Yeah, so we're white labeling a crypto exchange on the back end.
Okay.
So what we will do, we will purchase stable coins, and those stable coins will balance our prepaid cards that are available in the market.
Okay. And what's the process of licensing in Dubai, in the UAE?
So in Dubai, UAE, we need to apply for a license. It takes 6 months to get approved. There are 60 companies that have submitted their applications so far. Let's say 30% got approved and 60% are yet pending.
Okay.
Okay, so the biggest problem here that no one's probably thinking about is all these QR codes are a one-time usage kind of concept, right? And you have to print them once, and
Correct.
this is money that must be pre-locked.
Correct.
Okay? So financing this concept is going to require that money is going to be stuck and not moving.
Correct.
How do you fight this?
So initially we'll start, let's say, between $100,000 to $400,000, and we'll be purchasing stable coins with that.
But is this $400,000 of money that is printed and is in a specific shop? Is anybody going to buy them ahead of time? Like, is the shop going to have to prepay for you?
So no.
Or, like, how do you solve this?
Exactly like any consumer product launches in the market, will be, first of all, our distribution will be based on logistical companies like Transmed that will be distributing them, as well as we'll maybe start with an in-house team that will go to shops and to convince them to put this money, these prepaid cards up front without getting the...
Yeah, the difference between, for example, Alpha, let's say, recharge cards, right?
Yes.
The difference between this and Alpha's recharge cards is that the money is not consumed until I buy the card, right? And it's not money that needs to be set aside before it's consumed, right? In your case, you have to take $500,000, put it in, you know, a wallet or a token, which is a QR code, and you're distributing it, okay? So this is, we can probably be creative and come up with a way that it doesn't exist until it is used, and that's a different concept here, okay? But it's not easy to think about. But I'm saying, like right now, like the proposed model is a model where the money is gonna be in the shops, okay?
So the money is gonna be in the Walletee account at this crypto exchange white label we're using.
No,
So-
the QR code that you're printing,
So it's
right?
not
If I
inside
scan,
the QR code. The QR code gets activated once we distribute it to the retail shop.
so,
So it
so the
is
QR
linked-
code is a contract that's going to execute upon scanning. This is what you're
Correct.
saying? Okay. So it's not like, so it would only work with your app.
Correct.
Okay. So it's not, having another wallet that I can scan with my Trust wallet.
Totally.
Okay. Cool.
I'm looking into your business model. So basically, with the $400,000, how much money you will make? The worth of prepaid cards.
So it will depend how much will be sold. So we will we'll add a markup. So our markup goes from 10% to 2%. 10% based on the $10 card, 8% on the $25 card, 6% based on the $50 cards, 4% on the 100, and 2% on 500. Later on, we can have higher denominations such as 5,000, 10,000, 50K cards sold in luxury markets.
With your model now, with
yes,
your
so
projections,
yes,
you have
so
initial capital of $400,000
yes.
allocated for prepaid cards. How much money you will make out of it?
So almost we'll make, so based on the, so we're planning to, so let me put it that way, $70 per user over a 3-year span in revenues.
Okay, including exchange.
Including exchange fees and markup.
Okay. And how many?
So the markup is around 7%. What we make on average is 7%.
Okay, and how many, basically how many users you will acquire with the 400,000?
We're expecting 255,000 users in end of year 3, that's in the UAE.
Thank you, Rafi. Up next, we have our final startup in fintech as well before we break for lunch. Financial management software, but she can get into the details. Please welcome Vicky from PayMind.
Hello everyone, my name is Vicky Nassar, the founder of PayMind. Who among us did not suffer for the past 5 years from the banking sector? We ended up unable to manage our financial. We prefer cash from cashless. We don't do saving. We lack trust in our banks, and the banks did not offer us any service. This is where PayMind fits in as a solution. PayMind is a seamless, user-friendly app that can be embedded in any financial or banking application or solution. It is based on AI, a predictive model that uses all the data, financial operations of the customer that the customer selects, cluster them into income and expenses to do a predictive model of saving that will also control all your financial operations. You're seeing the front-end app that we already created about it. So our value proposition, it's a cutting-edge fintech solution that can be embedded in any financial app, reaching even the money card. It can manage your personal income, expenses, to improve and optimize your personal saving and financial wellness and improve your financial literacy. Our business model is a B2B. We're targeting banks, financial apps, e-wallet, even e-card. Our revenues are generated usually from our selling. It could range between 450K to 1 million, depending on the complexity of the AI, plus the 20% yearly support fees per solution. We are predicting that in 5 years, we will reach around 1.7 in profit and revenues around 2.5 million in dollars. So the market is expanding so fast with a growth rate of 17% internationally. And believe it or not, Lebanon is ranking number 3 in the MENA. So with the banking adopting the digitalization, it's a very good opportunity for PayMind to penetrate. Regarding our competitors, so we cluster them based on their services, and even if we fit the wealth management, our competitive advantage, we will be managing all these at the same time. Now, the go-to-market so far we've done during the past first year extensive market analysis. We joined a team to create the front-end app, and the team was from Gen Zs and Millennials. We created a very attractive app, and even we pitched it in the local and international market. we've received very positive feedback, and we were asked by many identities to prepare our POC. This is why we are here, our team, me and Dr. Anthony Tannouri, requesting 250 as an ask to be separated in 3 phases. First 6 months to prepare the POC, first complex engine as AI, and the second 6 months to mirror the engine with the API, the last 4 months to finalize the whole app and launch it to the market. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm a little bit confused because with the opening statement or the opening, let's say, slide, you mentioned the lack of beneficial banking services, no trust in the banking system.
True.
Then
I'm asked the same question at the same time. How do you expect from this app to make us gain the trust in the bank? Usually you work on the behavior. So when we created the app, we chose population target. Our persona was between 25 and 35. And we wanted to regain the use of the banking system through the app, not the fact of going to the physical bank. So I could show you the application, how you will be using it indirectly, be informed of how to manage your salary, your income, how to manage your expenses, based on what kind of saving percentage per month or per year. It's you will be using your app and enjoying it, at least a 1 hour per day usage to reach a target. The 25 to 30 years old, they requested to have a target of milestones of purchases. However, for me, the older people...
Why do they have to go through the bank? Specifically, this generation will
They will
never,
not go to the bank. They will have the bank with them with the app. That's it. And
but again, when they know that this application is backed by a banking service,
of course.
So basically, they might be afraid.
This
because they don't trust the banks, specifically this young generation. They don't believe in the system, not in the country. And
yes, when we did the assessment, if this app will be attractive to this population, they say yes, we would love to use an app than to go to a bank. Like the same, do you trust your e-wallet? I'm asking you. No. Yes, you're using it.
Basically, yes.
It's the bank. Believe it or not, it's your iBank.
Bank. It's
no, it's the same. It's your bank. Believe it or not, when we also did the assessment with the BDL, all your financial interactions are linked to your iBank, even the international and local e-wallet.
Absolutely, yeah.
So this is why
not the bank itself as a legal structure itself.
You linked it only for banks, but this could be applied to e-wallets, financial apps, financial money cards, and this is where we touched base with all of these, and some of them are among us. By the way, they are interested to adopt it. Yeah, because you want to re-penetrate the market. You need a different way. So you're not going to go to the new generation, tell them I'm the bank. You're going to offer them a solution or an application that will make them be linked again to the banking system, and it's a way. It's innovation in the banking service that the customer perspective is imposing.
Yeah, my point here is we became a cash economy. So banks really they don't play a major role in the economy.
We are a cash economy, yes. But with the future, also with the assessment of the market, the future of our Lebanese banking system is waiting for their acquisition. It's not going to stay a cash economy. And to tell you, 2 of our major banks are now shifting to cashless and digitalization, even more than 2. Yeah.
But essentially what you're trying to develop is an AI engine, right?
Yes,
and that's your entire product, and that AI engine can be used as a layer on top of any financial institution platform. Can it be used on top of a crypto wallet?
Yes, it can be used on top of a crypto wallet. It can be used as a data for a startup. If a new startup who's not a big company doing an Instagram page and wants to know his income and expenses, yes, you can do it. You can apply it, this engine. However, when we touched base with KSA, we were asked to be able to sell the product. You cannot sell the AI in itself. You need to show them a full-fledged app to attract their visuals. And this is what we did. After all, I cannot take all the time of my colleagues. I can show you the Figma at the end of the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Abdul, you had something?
So basically, you're building a solution and going to the bank to sell it.
Yes.
Has anybody bought it already?
No, they wanted to see the POC. What we did the app. We created a small part of the solution. Now we need the huge data. We're asking for 250K to plan the whole AI. That includes credit card, debit card, e-wallet, withdrawals, transfers, even from this data to create loans, etc.
Why don't you get the bank to finance it? Basically,
We
like
did.
They can pay ahead of time and then you build it. You don't need to.
We were offered by one of the banks to do so, but they did not offer the financial support for our team. We're recruiting financial expert, we're recruiting mathematicians, and we're recruiting IT. They refused to pay their salary. They offered us their data only.
I mean, if they're not willing to pay for the software solution to get started, like any software project basically is 30% upfront. If they're not willing to pay the 30% upfront, then it's not a big enough problem for them, is it?
I cannot answer on their behalf. Our banks are really shaking, yeah, you know what's happening now. This is why we want to create the whole AI and not launch it here, because we were asked by it's a money card to finalize it. They have something lookalike because their system or saving is personalized. You put your saving system. But when they saw the whole app, this is what was the benefit of it, they found it more attractive than their own Think, for example, Think app. And they said, we do just only one AI and let's see how we can embed it. That's the positivity of it. It can be maneuvered to any kind of financial solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, judges. So we'll be breaking for lunch. There's lunch outside. Please, let's try to reconvene around 1:45. Okay, hello everyone. We're going to be resuming the Idea Validation Program Pitch Day. We have now 6 more startups who pitch in person and 3 more will pitch on Zoom. Please have a warm applause for Amjad from Octopus Cybersecurity.
This is Octopus. We made a version of this song, but you have to be on board in the board to listen to the full version. Okay, this is working. Okay. So Octopus Cybersecurity is there to ensure security managers sleep well with a real peace of mind. 95% of data breaches is due to human error, and mainly this causes misconfigurations. And the main organizations nowadays, in order to reduce the risk of this threat, they do configuration review and auditing frequently. However, they have some challenges. They have lots of devices to check from multiple vendors, as well as insufficient resources with no expertise level, enough expertise level. In addition to that, they have to comply with international standards and local regulations, otherwise they will have a fine. So we came up with Octopus VAR. A solution will automatically validate the configuration using built-in templates and monitor in real time the operational changes that is happening, and report if there is any deviation from the security baselines or any abnormal activity using the machine learning. We believe in competition and we race to stay ahead. We stand out in terms of real-time change analysis as well as the ability to remediate. Our low-hanging fruit is the machine learning of the configuration changes. Cybersecurity market is increasing, especially risk management. We anticipate a revenue of $25 million in the 5 years. We will be selling globally through channel partners as a yearly subscription license per device with an average revenue per customer of $50,000. We are 3 founders, range of experience from 15 to 19, complementing each other. I will leave you to guess who are the brothers in here. We got investment, 110,000, and we have a support from multiple entities, 2 developers on board, and we launched our product to our first customer in November. In the future, we're looking in the next quarter to close with 2 customers and close our funding round to enhance our solution and add 2 major features with expansion plan in the beginning of next year. We're looking for 700,000 or distributed for 18 months, growth, development, and operations. So join us in our journey to protect organizations securely. Thank you.
Look, I'll leave the technical questions to Abdul, but I'm just trying to understand the market size and your go-to-market strategy, please.
Yeah, so basically our focus is in risk management, specifically configuration review. So here the trend is coming up, is due to the cybersecurity trends and digital transformation, cyber war. So governments are investing on this sector, especially in the risk management, so to make sure proactively securing the organization.
So essentially you're going after the government sector?
No, could be any organization, medium to large organization.
And what's the competitive edge that you have?
Yeah, in terms of competitive edge, providing the ability to remediate, which we didn't see it in effective in our competitors, and the real-time changes. So what if there's let's say technical person trying to do any configuration change, we on spot in real time detect it and analyze it to make sure that it doesn't deviate from the baselines.
Are you targeting physical locations or cloud systems or both?
We're targeting both. And even in our plan, we'll now IoT devices also, it's a major risk in networks.
Can you guide me through how I can use it into a cloud system? Like what do I need to do to test out your system?
Yeah, basically we provide a VM, virtual machine, our solution as a virtual machine where you can deploy it in your cloud environment, and we can, in that sense, validate the devices that exist in your cloud.
So I'd let your machine go into my private network and basically it does the scanning and detects what's going on.
Exactly.
Okay, and then how would it adjust configurations inside specific servers, for example? How would it do it?
Yeah, so we basically connect remotely to the already added devices in our system. We validate the configuration and compare it to built-in rules that exist. And then we verify. It should be compliant or matching.
How would it know the configuration inside some of the servers on my cloud?
Yeah, those built-in templates that we built are through our subject matter experts, security consultants. Basically, they get their information from international resources, international standards, mainly like CIS benchmark or NIST or PCI DSS if we are talking about banks with the banking sector. They build their rules based on these, as well to their experience, and the vendor themselves, they issue some security guides as well they follow.
So we're talking about penetration testing at first. So you're doing a penetration testing on some of the servers?
Penetration testing usually target application level. So here we are targeting device configurations.
Just targeting device
exactly.
black holes.
The settings of the device itself.
Okay.
Even like web server, there should be some settings on the web server level. We also validate that part. but we don't enter into the code.
Okay.
This is like in between our solution, between penetration testing and vulnerability scanning. If
So you're looking at the hardware of, let's say, the router being outdated.
For example, yes.
Providing a security risk to everybody for that.
So if it is not updated, then there is a risk, and it has to be updated.
Okay.
Like password now, password complexity.
Okay.
So you have to set password complexity on each system, like 16 characters or whatever.
What's the competitive landscape in this arena?
It is not that, as we saw from the market, it is not that much active. The trend, or it is a niche, we can say, thing, or the trend is hitting now due to the demand for configuration and what I mentioned, the human error misconfiguration that is happening in the main big environments.
Thank you.
I didn't answer your go-to-market strategy, or
Go-to-market, yeah, sure. No, you didn't answer.
Yeah, so our strategy is to start because we live in the GCC, so we're starting specifically Oman, and then we're moving to the MENA, then Europe, and hopefully US, the rest of the world.
Who's your top reseller in Oman?
Sorry?
Top reseller in Oman, distributor in Oman?
Yeah, we have a partner which I used to work with before, and they sold it to our first customer. It is called Fireware.
Okay.
And the customer is Muscat Municipality.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, up next we have a very talented co-founder from Impersonas, who is also a teacher at AUB. Please welcome Noor from Impersona.
Hello, everyone. My name is Noor Hassoun. I'm the co-founder and managing director of Impersonas. We revolutionize digital engagement with immersive avatars. Imagine you're a brand trying to find the perfect face to promote your product. Companies spend hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars in the search for the perfect brand ambassador. But let's face it, even if you do find them, breakups hurt. If you think your latest breakup was a mess, you should really talk to Adidas, whose latest breakup with Kanye West is on its way to losing them $1 billion in sales. Because working with people could be an absolute headache. You never know when someone's going to go online, say something controversial, and cost you a lot of money. Which is where virtual influencers have come in. Little Michaela is the new face of BMW, and yet she's not even a real person. While Luke AI, digital double of Luka Doncic, helping him connect with fans and brands alike. The digital human market is seeing early signs of mass adoption, with most projections seeing it reaching $527 billion by the year 2030, with the highest market share for the virtual influencers category. But the industry has problems of its own. A lot of the companies going into it are either very technical or very creative, with a lack of integration and customization. There are also ethical and legal concerns due to the fact that digital identities are not yet trackable or verifiable, causing privacy issues. Finally, digital humans tend to be way too expensive. But what Hollywood can do for $500,000, we can do for the price of an iPhone. Use of open source software that lets us create very high quality digital humans at just a fraction of the cost. So our solution is simple. We make digital humans for 24/7 content production that are customized for your brand, and they have their own digital identity cards. They are also cost efficient through our use of open source software, and finally, they are easily integrated within some of your favorite platforms. To generate revenue, we have digital humans as a service, which are customized with the content around them for a fee and royalties. We also have digital humans as a product, which are non-custom digital humans or our in-house virtual influencers. And finally, we have merchandising such as fashion, hairstyles, wearables, and more in order to keep your persona looking fresh. Our competition is divided into three main categories. We have the tech companies making digital human software, which has a difficult learning curve. We also have the creative studios that use digital humans, but are not necessarily addressing the issues that we've spoken about. And we have the traditional marketing agencies that currently have the biggest hold on the branding sector in the world. We are the perfect team to take on this challenge, as I was funded by the US Department of State to study digital humans at UCLA, while my co-founder, Victoria, has a portfolio of brands and influencers under her belt that she has created viral content for. A network of mentors across Los Angeles, London, and more. We are asking for $30,000 in order to kickstart our MVP that will help us launch our pre-seed funding round later this year. Thank Thank you very much. We're looking forward to have you join us on our personas for the worlds that we are building.
So you have the mintable NFT effectively for my persona. What can I do with it? How would it be able to go, for example, on Decentraland, as an example? Like, how would it move around?
So we're working on making them interoperable, and whoever owns them can use them themselves, or they can create content with our help with them. So you basically own it, and when we work with a brand or with an influencer or with an individual on making their persona, we do check which kinds of metaverse platforms, gaming platforms, etc. they would like it to be compatible in, and we make it, we give it to them in a way that's interoperable across all of these. So you might have 5 different versions, for example, of your persona that you can use, and you own this identity that we create.
Okay. So are you a technology or an agency?
We're a bit of a mix of both, actually. So it's an agency in the sense of we're not necessarily focused on creating new tech. We're actually integrating the tech, but in a more creative and design-oriented manner, as well as collaborating with different brands. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you know Artifact, that was acquired by Nike. They used to make digital wearables. It's kind of in the middle ground between technology and creative agencies, but then they got acquired by Nike to create these mintable NFTs and just create the content around it, but it does very much rely on the technological aspect and innovation in a sense. So it's a bit of a mix of both.
So you're not building a tech for your own?
No, this is how we can really decrease our costs, is by using this open source existing tech in order to create very immersive worlds and interoperable avatars with them.
Okay. Are you editing that open source thing for your purposes?
Currently, no, but that is part of our plan down the line to create more accessible tools for whoever our clients are in order to be able to make content themselves with them. So we take this open source software, we kind of simplify it somehow and figure out ways to integrate it. Because you have everything from a whole brand or company that could have in-house talent that could really use the more difficult technology to influencers who may not be very familiar with the technology, and then they might need tools of their own in order to use it to make new TikToks, new content, etc.
Where's the team based right now?
Currently, the team is in Lebanon, but we do have members in the team abroad from LA and Paris and London.
So you said it was an open source software that you're using. Why can't your competition use it and bring down their prices to the same levels that you are?
Yeah, so this is where the kind of industry expertise comes in, because currently it's either not open source and easy to use, or it's open source and very difficult to integrate. And this is where, for example, my background in LA, learning from some of the best in the industry, helps me out, as well as our team, in order to kind of combine our expertise to make something that is quite usable and accessible for our clients. There are others that are trying to do so, and I can confidently say the level of quality isn't reaching anywhere that's usable right now. So we kind of have this very, very early entry into a market where people are just starting to learn this.
And so I'm guessing, so from a business model perspective, are you charging for creating the digital twin, or are you charging the end client creating the advertisement or whatever, since you're an agency?
It's a bit of both. This is where our business model comes in, where you can have the more higher cost option where we customize a very specific digital human, make the content around it, campaigns, personality, even train an AI voice for it. Or you can have the product where you can just mint a generic digital human that we made, which is non-customized, and it could be a collaboration with brands, with different companies. And this is kind of it's a spectrum of how we sell these digital humans and integrate them. So the content is part of it. If you own an in-persona avatar, you do get discounts on content creation, but we're also focused a lot on the in-persona itself and creating the identity around it.
Have you onboarded any clients yet? Have you gone to market? Have you started?
No, we're currently in the phase of building our MVP in order to be able to showcase a more interactive demo. So everything you've seen in this pitch is actually our work, except the case studies. But we want something a bit more interactive, which is where our ask is coming from. We want to build an MVP that helps us build this portfolio in order to onboard clients. But we do have a list of potential clients that are very interested in seeing where this goes, particularly in London and Los Angeles.
Super interesting. I guess we're all going to have digital twins very soon.
I hope
Thank you.
so. Thank you.
Okay, up next, if you have trouble ordering clothes online, size-wise, this is the startup to go to. Please welcome.
Hi, I am Noura Abu Fakhr, the co-founder of SizeWise, and we are empowering online shoppers to confidently choose the right size for them through an AI-driven software. How do you feel when you're shopping online and trying to guess the right size for you? And how do you feel when you're trying to determine the perfect style for you online? We all once bought something online that didn't fit us well, or at least we know someone who did. Shopping returns sits at 56% due to inadequate size and fit, and 63% of online shoppers are mainly concerned about size and fit in an industry that is worth $821 billion. So what is SizeWise doing about that? SizeWise is a virtual try-on solution that provides online shoppers with a real-time size and style visualization. We found an innovative technology that enables online shoppers to confidently and accurately purchase the right size for them online. So how it works? First, access your favorite shopping app, then click on SizeWise's logo integrated on the app. Then, SizeWise will scan your body and suggest the right size for you based on the scans. We will be selling our services to websites through monthly and yearly subscriptions. Our plans are comprised of 3 different packages based on every website's size. We have 2 main features that differentiates us from our competitors. First, our website integration. Most of our competitors have their own apps, which drives all the traffic to them, which is something that e-commerce websites do not want. Second, our accuracy. Most of our competitors are not accurate enough and they are not reliable. They suggest general sizes while we suggest specific sizes for every item. There are more than 2 billion online shoppers worldwide. Our SOM will first be Saudi Arabia and the UAE, which is around 27 million users. Our goal for the next 3 years would be first to finish our MVP and start testing with small-scale websites by the end of this year. Then, next year, we want to finish our MMP, and then by 2026, we want to start selling to large-scale websites. Our team is comprised of my co-founder, Karim Aridi. He has a master's degree in computer science, and he has experience working on deep learning applications in the medical field and computer vision. And myself, I am an architect with 7 years of experience and the former co-founder of Hemsberg Studios in Lebanon and South Africa. We are currently raising $20,000, and we want to use the funds for our AI research and development and our app development. Thank you.
I just find, okay, Oshi, thank you for the presentation. I think it's a major pain point in online shopping that needs to be solved. I bought a pair of shoes the other day online and I had to put a ورقة على الأرض وإدعس على A4 paper وصورها وتشوف قد إيه كبر إجري. It's a thing. Is $20,000 enough to develop this tech?
It's only for to start with. Yeah, sorry. It's only to start with. So we want to start working on the data like manually just to finish our MVP. And then we would need more funds to employ more people and then buy more data to train our AI model.
Yeah, the question is, why do you want to build the scanning technology? Are there not any prior built technologies that you can piggyback on and then offer it as a web solution for all the people that need them?
Yeah, the ones that are already built, they are not accurate enough. And accuracy is a big thing in such a software. So we cannot rely on already built scanners if they are not accurate enough.
Just to follow up on that, can you go back to the competition page? So you're assuming that, I mean, accuracy is high, and then you're the only one that's going to do integration into third-party websites?
Yes. Yeah, so a lot of our competitors, they have their own app, which drives all the traffic to them. So you can shop on these apps. Yeah, like you do not go to Adidas and then shop on Adidas. Yes, exactly.
Question about the accuracy. So basically, you might have a very accurate, let's say, scanner to detect the size.
Yes.
However, on the other side, brands, let's say the large size, for example, from a region to another might differ the large size.
Yes.
So how do you handle the data of the items themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, because from region to another, the
We are-
large might be different,
Yes.
and the brands even
Exactly.
they might have different fits.
This is the pain point, exactly. So what we're doing is we're building two AI models, one for scanning the body, one for training the human body model, and then the other is the clothing model. So what we're gonna do is when we're gonna train these two, then we're gonna get more and more accurate than our competitors which do not have this feature. The other thing
Yeah,
that
but training, when you say you want to train the AI, basically on the fitting side, let's say the clothing side sizes. So how you'll get this data? How you will get this data to train
exactly.
the AI?
First, we're gonna start manually, we're gonna get the data manually, and then
How manually means you will measure the item. How you will be doing it manually?
yes,
You will
you go
measure the
into
items?
you go into websites, and then you get all the measurements from the websites, from the sheets that they provide, the measurement
Data
sheets.
sheets,
Yes,
yeah.
and then you
So,
start
for
training.
example, if you're doing Zara, it will take forever. They have lots of
Yes,
items.
this is gonna be a pain first, as then we're gonna buy the data when we have more funds.
Hala, you're saying that your accuracy is higher than these people, right? And they've been working on it probably for many years now, right? I understand the AI era was not ready when they probably started, and you might have an ability to build it and be as accurate, if not more accurate, okay? This aside, why is this the focus instead of taking a pre-existing, pre-built technology and then applying it? I know like your concern is accuracy, but it's still gonna be accuracy if you don't solve it, right? So why isn't like the target that you have web integration for B2B for such solutions?
Okay, this tool is going to help websites sell more. So this is why it's integrated on websites. This is the first thing. We wanted to provide this as a free service to people, and we wanted to sell it to websites because they are the first benefits.
Why do you want to sell it for free? I mean, if you're increasing my
it's not-
sales
no,
by
no.
30%.
No, it's not for websites. We're going to sell it for websites. Yeah.
Okay, good. But so why is the focus on, building the, the model instead of like taking a pre-existing model
We
and
have,
using it?
exactly. We have pre-trained models, and we are working on this right now. And we
Okay,
are
so
developing.
everybody has the accuracy that you're talking
No. We are training we have pre-trained models that we are working on to train for the body scanners, and then we're going to work with the clothing model. Like we want clothing model. It does not exist. Yani.
So just maybe a comment, not a question, but might be beneficial for the team to meet Arthur and Lemonade.
We already did, and we are meeting with him, and we talked to him several times.
Okay, perfect. لأنه في كمان two investors in Lemonade Fashion over here, so إذا بدك حدا يساعدك معهم, let us know.
Okay, thank you, Noura. Thank you, everyone. Up next, we have a startup in the telehealth industry that help parents who are having trouble dealing with their children who have disabilities or other disorders. Please welcome Honesty.
Hi, everyone. So I'd like to share a story about one of our first clients at Honesty. Yusuf was initially dismissed as a problem case. He was promptly put on ADHD meds to make him less of a nuisance. to help get him to focus in class. Now, his mom was frantic because in spite of the fact that he was more subdued post-medication, his grades weren't improving, his problem behavior wasn't improving. So she was desperate to find help because he was feeling isolated and deeply dejected. Now, she sought services but couldn't find anyone to help her son. This is because services in Baghdad are scarce, prohibitively expensive, and or geographically out of reach. In short, he was failed by a system that failed to see the big picture. Now, his story isn't unique. There are 21 million children in the with disabilities in the MENA region who face the same harsh reality. We are here to change the narrative with our platform, going from confusion and despair to clarity and progress. Now, envision a platform that serves as a one-stop solution for parents who are concerned about their kids. With one consultation with Honesty, Mom found out that there are actually diagnostic assessments that can help identify why her son was failing. It turned out that he had a learning disability and a speech problem, and not, in fact, ADHD, for which he was receiving treatment. With a click of a button, she managed to book all his services and all the intervention he needed. Now, we at Honesty bring therapy to the child rather than drag the child to different therapy sessions. We provide a comprehensive model as opposed to other online platforms that provide maybe one or two services. We allow access to all necessary intervention. At Honesty, we provide diagnosis, intervention, and training. The revenues are split between Honesty and cost of service. In the past year, through word of mouth alone, we've managed to reach families across 10 different countries, raised $30,000 in revenue, and this is just word of mouth. With our current capacity, we can increase this tenfold in the coming year. So we are raising $300,000 US to activate additional revenue streams, to work on marketing, and develop our app. We also need to network in order to enter new markets. Now, we are very confident we can reach these targets because of our team of certified experts in their fields with years of invaluable experience. We are here as game changers. We not only work on advocating for inclusion, but we are here to ensure that the children we work with reach their full potential. Yusuf, for instance, is now on his way to becoming a programmer because he now believes he can. So we invite you to be part of this meaningful change. Thank you.
Hello, thank you.
How are you? Sorry.
She answers.
She'll be answering the question.
Hi.
Hello, thank
I'm
you.
Abir, I'm the founder.
Sharafna Abir. Abir, quick question. So basically, when a kid, he goes to an assessment session or therapy session, or when let's say, the expert does what we call bilan.
Yes.
Okay, so they have lots of criteria, lots of exercises. They do it on multiple sessions, possibly. And they have really to observe the kid very closely to notice or to assess, let's say, the limitations he has.
Yes.
Okay, so how is this possible virtually?
Because all online tools, يعني diagnostics هلا, especially post-COVID, there has become a lot that you can do online. So they are providing these online diagnostic tools. The same ones, like Woodcock Johnson or whatever, now is online.
So
they have
like
their own online criteria.
for example,
Sorry.
psychomotricité, for example, basically how he grabbed the pen, for example.
Only the publishers have published their online assessment.
How much is this accurate? Yeah,
they're doing research and they're all standardized.
Okay.
Yes. So في diagnostics tools هلا بعدها is not standardized for online. We don't use those, or we use them at our offices.
But then, in case Okay, but if someone is not in the same country and asking for your services, so
Yes.
basically, if you discover that there might be possibility of limitations in a specific area and you cannot assess it, you don't do it then.
هلا mostly يعني نحن we have a diagnostic unit. In all areas, we have assessments that can be done online. يعني even we're doing the psychoeducational assessments now online.
Okay.
Whatever is provided online, we're using it. Of course, we need to buy many more, بس إنه.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So you're the only destination for these people? So using your platform, are you distributing other psychologists, or you're the only target for it?
So it's our platform, Honesty. It's a website. It has a lot of information targeted for parents. We have screening tools, and we don't just connect parents to therapists. That's not what we do. We actually are the team. We write up their individualized plan, and we do the intervention as in a team. And this is what sets us apart, you know?
Okay, when you reach the intervention level, how do you
Yes.
scale?
We
How do you
scale
scale?
because we're able to scale our team. And we have technical advisors. They are...
How do you scale in terms of team, right? Like you have, let's say, 50,000 people coming on the platform right now,
Yes.
and you need to reach the intervention section, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so every therapist is able to do, let's say, 6 sessions a day. So that's around 1,500 sessions per year. So if we want to reach 10, for example, 10,000, we need 10 therapists, more or less.
Yeah, so the question
Yes.
is, why don't you
We're-
open it up for other therapists as well to join the platform?
Because then it loses the value of the comprehensiveness. Is that you look at the child from all the different angles. It's rather taking child speech therapy, occupational, academic. We bring it all together and we work it as a team. بدك تقولي شيء؟
لا تفضلي. So basically, later on, أكيد we're gonna hire more therapists to work with us. بس كمان عم بجاوب المسيو ما بعرف شو اسمك سوري. بجاوبك على السؤال. So basically, when we onboard team members, they are going to undergo a trial period. ما بنسميها trial period, but supervision period to get on board the comprehensiveness. لأنه when analyzing assessments as we do, if you're not trained and you don't have sufficient experience behind you, you will not be able to analyze and take into consideration all the aspects when you're doing the assessment. So to answer your question, لما نحن معلش جاوب بالعربي سوا لما نطلب نحن من الاهل كنت عم تحكي عن بسيكوموتريستي لما نطلب من الاهل انه الولد يعمل هيدا الشيء اكيد هو رح يعمل الكاليغرافي قدامه او الشيء اللي عم نعمله قدامه يصوروا لنا ونبعتها ونحن از observant على هيدا الشيء حتى لو التول ما كانت standardized مثل ما بيقولوا نحن we take into consideration all the facts. So if the therapist doesn't have the experience needed to take into consideration all that and come up with a رح اقول specific معلش رح اقول specific diagnosis اكيد الريزلتا رح يطلع بيزي بس نحن معتمدين انه هن رح يكونوا they will be supervised by experienced professionals to guide them through حتى to get the experience they need to carry on معنا.
هلا عبدو what he's suggesting انه في
He's more technical, I know.
therapists بالماركت تعملوا لهم انتو assessment to vet them and onboard them.
Exactly.
يعني مش يكون not necessarily into the team in house you're doing
No.
everything to become like a marketplace but there are certain criteria to onboard
Exactly.
therapists.
Exactly. Later stage. That's all.
Thank you. Okay, up next we have a startup that's led by computer engineering. Only one person on stage. No, only one person can pitch. Cybersecurity startup by seniors at AUB in computer engineering. Please welcome Hikmat from Chimera.
Hi everyone, we're Chimera and we're the fire alarm for your network. Chimera enables every company to have the first line of defense against cyber attacks. Cybersecurity is too expensive and it's impacting our businesses, especially the small ones. So 43% of cyber attacks target SMEs. Worse than that, the average cost of a cyber attack for SMEs is 25K, and 60% of them end up shutting down 6 months post-attack. So what are we building? We're building a network intrusion detection system that uses machine learning to detect malicious traffic. If this is gibberish for you, basically think about it as a bubble around your network. We're filtering everything that's coming through. If anything malicious is detected, you'll be notified through the desktop app or the mobile app with steps to mitigate the attack. So why now? 3 main reasons: SMEs being increasingly targeted, AI-enabled cyber attacks, and an increase in compliance and data regulations. So the market also is growing. It's driven by the fear of increasing cyber threats. We're looking at 3 main markets, and we're talking about tens to hundreds billions of dollars, and CAGRs increasing 10%. So our customers, for now, we have 2 main segments: small and individual users, and these are the people that really appreciate the non-technical aspect of it and the ease of use. But also, we have medium-sized businesses because our product scales to their needs and empowers IT professionals in their everyday tasks. So our business model is comprised of 2 tiers: a base tier, which is $100 a month and comprises up to 10 users, and a professional subscription, which is $230 a month and is up to 50 users. So regarding the competitive landscape, there's a need for an entry-level player in the cybersecurity market. The main players right now are big tech, and they cater enterprise scale only. They focus on automation and integration instead of ease of use and accessibility. They're starting to integrate AI into their systems, but it's still way too complex and too expensive for SMEs. So regarding the product roadmap, to walk you through it, we started this project in the fall of 2023. By December, we got into the Fusion Accelerator, which is an American VC. We got funding, and they're helping us to basically set up the company in the US. We're working on our MVP. We're finalizing it to roll it out to our beta users. And in parallel, we're going to launch it to our beta users, iterate on the feedback we're getting from them, and reach the certain KPIs that we have set ourselves with accuracy and deployment. And we're looking at Q1 2025 to finalize that, hire a sales team in the US, and hopefully launch. We're asking for 250K. We already raised 150K, so we're looking for 100K. And the funds are going to mainly go through R&D, hire a senior engineer basically to help us with deployment, and sales. So the sales team in the US is going to probably need lots of cash, so that's why. And with that money, we're looking at an MARR of 32K through 200 users. We're 3 software engineers: Karim, myself, Hekmat, and Jad, and we're very excited to build Chimera. Thank you.
How would your users know they have this problem? Like, you're targeting basically consumers, and these consumers generally, most of the time, probably don't know they have this problem. How would you educate them?
So this is a really interesting question because we faced that issue in acquiring our first probably beta users, let's say. So during our interviews, they're like, yeah, we know cybersecurity is a problem and we've heard a lot about it and we're worried about it, but it's way too expensive for us. And they had basically this logic that, okay, since we haven't faced an attack yet, why should we pay for something which isn't actually a pain point for us? But it's actually the same thing as insurance. So it's not a problem until it happens, and when it happens, it's too late.
I mean, I know at some point I need it,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
when that point is, you're looking at me in disappointment because I'm a VC that should be completely secure. But I'm definitely a potential customer because I believe the entry point for proper cybersecurity for your organization is at a quite, I'll be happy to be part of your beta testing pool. And do you is it only detection, or do you also provide a?
For now, it's detection.
Yeah.
And we provide the steps for you to basically to figure out what you have to do with the attack to mitigate it. So it's not prevention yet.
Okay. You could move into that.
For now, at least, it's only detection.
Okay. And it seems like your target market is the US mainly. You don't want to be anywhere else. or is that your first market?
Here as our like beta market, let's say, we're rolling it out to our test users. We're trying to see, like, to iterate as fast as possible here, because, I mean, we already have users with our network. We can easily reach users as opposed to outside. But we want to actually launch at some point. This is where the US is really going to be like pivotal in our growth specifically, because people there are much more aware of that problem. So this basically this convincing phase isn't there, because once they know they can afford our product, they're going to be totally. I mean, cybersecurity there is a huge thing. So. And also the VC that we're working with are also based out of there, and they have the team that's going also to help with that.
What is your distribution strategy? Like, we're all agreeing that it's really hard to get to these people. You've acknowledged that it's an awareness problem, right? How can we distribute to a mass number? Like, considering that you want to go the consumer route, like, I understand, like, the business route is a more, businesses have faced these problems in the past, right? And they know they need something like this. So the consumer route, how do you distribute to a mass number of consumers? What kind of ideas do you have for that?
So mainly we're targeting for now B2B, but our go-to-market strategy in general, we're going to go through different routes. For example, going through third-party softwares, having like strategic partnerships with them to help. For example, the softwares that are used in restaurants to scan the menus, the softwares that are used in POS, all of these things are really helpful. To reach the consumers, also we can thought leaders in the field that also can help with that, advertising. But for now, we're really targeting B2B. So B2C is like a second priority for us. So, yeah.
The jump from B2B to B2C is going to be very simple because our product is essentially a software product. So it's just about how to package it and how to deliver it to these people. It could become as simple as you download something, you install it, and it will protect your network. So not just your PC.
Is there?
I'm talking about distribution, right? So for me, you know, I understand the value of the product. So this is not the question for me, right? The question is, how do you get it to the right people? How do you get them to be aware they need such a solution and it is a problem for them, right? For businesses, when you go into a business, you're selling the same software for multiple licenses. You're selling hundreds of licenses, right? So it makes sense for you to go one-on-one, okay? For a consumer product, usually you want to go mass marketing, okay? If you go mass marketing, you have to go for customer acquisition cost versus lifetime value. So it's a marketing thing. The question is, if you go on Facebook and you know, basically advertise it, would people buy, right? So this is the question.
Quick question, where is the innovation? Is it in the product or the business model?
The innovation?
The innovation.
It's both.
Both, in the product.
The ease of use in the product and the accessibility in the business model.
Can you elaborate a little bit? Elaborate.
Elaborate?
Yeah.
So it's like Hikmat said, the segment that's targeted is our value proposition.
The small and medium businesses means? Okay.
Yes, and also the actual AI-driven component, it's not the total innovation of it, but it is also something new, and we plan to cover a huge range of attacks and eventually go into intrusion prevention, not only intrusion detection. So down the line, we want to iterate on the technology innovative part. It's yes. Exactly.
I leave it to Abdo to confirm the ease of use. But you know, Octopus, they just presented, they have AI, machine learning, but their target is big businesses, not small.
We looked into them before the pitch, just so we see there's no conflict. Yeah. And it's, if I remember correctly, they target bigger companies.
Yeah,
they offer something
they mentioned
called
this, yeah.
a VSICO, like a V Chief Security Officer, which is something more advanced and more enterprise scale. We're looking at something for SMEs that really, like you said, they don't really have any awareness. So we want to spread awareness and then make them buy our product. So like set the trap and have
Thank
them
you.
bite it.
Up next, we have a startup by Celine in the health tech and medical industry for psychosocial healthcare and support. Please welcome Celine from Balanced.
$11.5 trillion is the current value of the global health and wellness market. And you won't believe what I'm about to say. But despite the massive size of this market, 92% of users agree that primary prevention is one, diluted, with too many resources online that don't target all aspects of a person's lifestyle, two, difficult to access, with medical databases taking too much time and effort to understand and navigate, and three, unspecific to a person's lifestyle. This is where we step in. Balanced is a platform designed to make health education easy and accessible to anyone at any time from every front. We facilitate access to lifestyle, wellness, and medical information, enhancing communication with healthcare providers through next-generation technology. Our aim is to empower patients through education. You sign up to the app, fill in our innovative healthcare questionnaire, and depending on your answers, get access to individualized educative content. Nutrition, mental health, medical information, and movement. When these resources are not sufficient, direct communication with healthcare providers is facilitated on our platform. Balanced's vision is to conquer the $11.5 trillion global health market. But before doing so, we will start with the Lebanese market and then branch out to the MENA market. We will be in all of healthcare, but before doing so, we will start with the OBGYN reproductive niche and then branch out systematically through objective-oriented steps. In this way, Balance 1 provides multidisciplinary education, 2 allows unlimited accessibility with no time constraints or efforts, and 3 is the place where your healthcare and wellness converge. As compared to our competitors, we excel in that we are all-inclusive, we provide collaboration with healthcare providers, with maximized confidentiality and accessibility through personalized education. Our unfair advantage is that we are first movers, we have the know-how, and we have contacts in the field. Our business model is B2C. We generate revenue by charging our users a subscription fee to access our platform. We will operate on a freemium model, and the tier's pricing will be scrutinized during the prototyping phase of our venture. By providing access to such resources, our impact would align with several of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Behind our venture is a board of advisors without whom we would not have reached this stage of our ideation. We are currently working on prototyping and data analysis, and we aim to launch our MMP in January 2025 with our first campaign, A Balanced Pregnancy. We hope you can help us raise $15,000 in early stage capital and make Balanced the place where your healthcare and wellness converge. I am Celine Rabai, and we are Balanced.
Thank you. So the content world is a little bit tricky. And I know that because we're investors in a handful of content companies. You have to start with the assumption that content is free and you can only charge for really good content. Of course. So, you know, I mean, you are in the business of being able to create, you know, balance, but yeah, I love the name, by the way, but good content for people to purchase. Have you considered how you're going to be able to create a good flow of content from where, how much is that going to cost you, and so on?
Thank you so much for the question. Actually, this is what we're doing right now. Of course, content is supposed to be free, actually, especially medical content, and this is why we will operate on a freemium model. But regarding the content and its quality, first and foremost, we will use machine learning that will filter already existing medical libraries like PubMed and Medline Plus, which are already available and which can be considered as our competitors. But the differences between us and them is that they are too difficult. Really, 90% of users say that they are too difficult to understand and navigate. So what we will do is that we will filter the information from them directly to the patients in a way that is specific to them. That's one. Two, we will use several databases. So it won't be only medical information. We will use nutrition information, we will use movement information, and also mental health. Because trust me, And I'm saying this after market research and contact with, first and foremost, individuals in the reproductive population, but next, with healthcare patients. Awareness is something that is crucial. It is something that is lacking. And multidisciplinary awareness is something that is essential, especially in 2024 today. So this is what you will do. Allow access to content that is, 1, evidence-based, 2, all-inclusive, and 3, individualized. And this is the difference between what our the free tier will be. So we want people to be educated. This is what we want. But the difference between the free aspect of our app and the different paid ones is the personalization and the contact with the healthcare providers. Because sometimes online resources and information aren't enough. So what we will do is that we will have healthcare providers on our app which will answer the specific questions that the content is not answering or that they aren't sure of.
Who's the ideal customer?
Excuse me?
The ideal customer.
Right now, we have 3 ideal customers. A person who wants to get pregnant, i.e. IVF, a person who is pregnant, or a person postpartum. And we will start first and foremost through healthcare providers. So one of our advisors, Dr. Nabil Al-Khouri, we thank him so much for all his advice. We will start with our MVP with his patients. We will try on his patients and then branch out with his colleagues. So we want to start with AUBMC, and then Lebanon, and then MENA, and then I hope, truly I hope, whether it be from a social impact aspect or from a medical impact aspect, I hope we will be a global solution that will be in the hands of every single healthcare patient and or anyone.
Okay, the foundation of my question is about
yes.
the stickiness of the users basically on the platform. So if I'm looking for an information.
Of course.
Okay, so I might use your platform or other public sources online, okay? Mm. However, why should I pay $80 per year for, let's say, one single information I'm looking for it? So how are you handling these customers to stay on the platform?
Of course. Okay, so first and foremost, our healthcare questionnaire and how it is processed is why a person wants to come to our app, and is why it's not one single information. It isn't. It is movement information with reminders to move, depending on his physical activity style, because some people move every day and others are sedentary. So depending on that, we will give reminders regarding movement, nutrition. Some people don't drink water. Some people do drink water. So depending on that, we will allow access to information that will reinforce their habits, 1, and reminders. And later on, بإذن الله أكيد, it will be even bigger by integrating actually their medical records, etc. So yeah. And of course, everything is evidence-based. لأنه عن جد, the biggest problem is that you have a lot of online resources. Sometimes, and most of the times actually, they conflict each other. And what we want is that we want to give patients and individuals evidence-based resources that are specific to them.
So the majority of the team is MD candidates, right? So
Yes.
who's going to run the business?
Okay, so there's Michelle Macari. She is the business officer, and she is right now working on all the business aspect of the venture. And hopefully, after...
So the co-founders, what's going to happen to the co-founders? They're going to go to, med school, finish med school, practice, and then what happens to the business?
Okay,
This is the question.
Okay, so right now I'm the only founder. Of course, we are considering putting another co-founder depending on several aspects actually, but mostly the seriousness and the investment of individuals at this stage. But what will happen with them, they believe in balance. They know where we will reach. And I'm sure that even
So talking about them, you're not talking about yourself.
About
where
myself.
Okay.
After my MD, what will happen?
If you believe so much in it, why don't you quit and start it?
Of course not. I want to be an MD. I want the authority that comes with being an MD, and that I want individuals to have medical education. That's first and foremost. Secondly, after my MD, if God allows, I will do a joint MBA residency program. And third, why don't I quit? Because I know I can do both.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just for the jury, the next startup from home declined to present today, so we skip them. No, the rest one is right after, like right now, yeah. Joe, are you with us? Kizana?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you share your screen, please? هيدي لك يا رمزي. إلك هيدي.
Let me know. Visible.
Okay, can you speak شوي, Joe, please?
إيه سامعيننا؟
طيب. Okay, up next we have another startup in the fashion industry, and this one Ramzi Farah I'm sure will very much enjoy based on another conversation me and him had. Please welcome Joe from Kizana.
Hey guys, do you ever wake up in the morning, you open your closet and you want to choose an outfit and you're like, wait, I have nothing to wear. I'm sure most of us have done it and uttered those words at one point in time. Based on a survey that we conducted with over 1,000 users, we found out that the average user takes more than 15 minutes a day to choose an outfit. And this is mainly due to, first of all, a lack of inspiration, and second of all, an underutilization of their wardrobe, which means that the problem is, it's not I have nothing to wear. I have a lot to wear, but I don't know what. So this is where Kizana was born, as your next generation digital wardrobe application. Kizana will enable you to create your wardrobe, mix and match and visualize those different items on a digital fitting room to create different outfits, and whenever in need, have access to an AI fashion stylist to get outfit recommendations. So let's see this how it translates in reality. So Kizana will first of all enable you to create your wardrobe, either by uploading or looking at the different libraries. There's an image segmentation engine that allows you to upload your clothes and segment the images and understand their attributes. You're going to be able to browse them in the library. You're going to be able to mix and match different outfits on our digital wardrobe or digital fitting room. And then when in need, you'll have access to this AI fashion stylist for outfit recommendations based on your own clothes. If you look at our market, we are first movers in the UAE, where we're targeting the apparel and fashion market, which is around $682 million, mainly targeting fashion enthusiasts and fashion stylists. If we look at our competitors globally and regionally, most of them are into e-commerce. They're not a digital wardrobe application per se, but they enable users to purchase directly from the app. Kizana is more into the styling and wardrobe management. So far, we validated our idea with a validation rate of 75%. We bootstrapped our app, and we are launching early June. It's available on the App Store. We have early adopters, and we have brand attraction, and we won the first prize in the Darwaza competition at AUB last year. So how do we make money? Kizana is into a B2B2C model, enabling a fashion hub between businesses, where we're going to give them a free channel to target customers, and customers who are going to be able to style themselves and kind of manage their wardrobes. Businesses, whenever a sale is generated, we direct to their platform directly, and there's a 5% commission-based revenue. And customers, when they lack style, they will have AI fashion stylists for a $499 subscription per month. So what is our ask? We're asking for $150,000. We're going to be using this to grow our B2C and target 10,000 users. We're going to enable our B2B by collaborating with brands and hopefully grow our Kizana B2B2C. Our team, there's me, Joe, 4 main co-founders, and we recently onboarded a fashion expert into the team. And that's it. Join us at Kizana to wear your story.
Thank you, Joe. Joe,
Sorry,
5 minutes questions.
Yeah.
So you said there's B2B and B2C, correct?
Yes.
On the B2B side, I'm just trying to understand, like, how are they benefiting from this?
Perfect. So if we look at businesses, mainly fashion brands, they lack, they're not able to target customers like in the most efficient way. And also their kind of online turnover is very low. It's around 2 to 4%. So basically they're gonna have a free channel or medium to target their users. Whenever a sale happens, we're directing them to their, so we're directing traffic to their platform, and we're gonna get commission on this. Moreover, they don't have access to the styles and behaviors of users. So they don't know what I wear, from what are the colors that I like, my style, etc. So they will have access to this behavioral data.
But I mean, access. Where are they getting the access from? From the customers on your platform. So essentially, are you selling data from your customers already to the B2Bs?
At first, this is not what we're looking for, but eventually, this is where we see Kizana, a vision to kind of go and look at those different insights, not per se data, but kind of insights on the wardrobe or the style of the user. Of course, there's a lot of data privacy things that we're looking at, but this is one of the things as a vision for Kizana in the future.
Do you think there is a missing sort of link in the business? Like where I'm going with this is that I see a lot of sort of synergy between yourself and Sizewise. If the Sizewise is in the room in terms of you know, sort of taking a AI approach and you know, a model of yourself and being able to fit the clothes based on you know, what you guys want to wear. But I'm just trying to see, okay, like what is the next evolution in what you're trying to do? Because it's definitely a massive pain point from a customer perspective, from the home, in terms of, you know, trying to put something on super quickly and leaving.
So, I mean, this is a very interesting topic because we went to different summits, such as Web Summit Qatar, Web Summit Lisbon, and we were approached by different fashion platforms. So those platforms are into maybe reselling or into sizing or into different, let's say, fashion services. But what do they lack? They lack this wardrobe. They lack this kind of being able to directly target the users. So this is where, instead of only focusing on fashion brands as businesses, we can also expand and look at different services with those different fashion platforms. And this is where we can kind of create a one-stop shop for anything related to fashion. So imagine if you want to, you have your wardrobe, you want to resell, we connect you to a reselling platform. You want to go and have your laundry, you connect you to a laundry platform. So there's a lot of endless possibilities that we're thinking about. And we're putting those use cases and kind of prioritizing.
Okay, thank you. Is Kizana, does it come from Khzani?
Yes, Kizana, yes.
All right, cool. Anyone? Okay. And what do you see as the average time a user needs to upload their wardrobe?
So currently, let's say a user has 50 items, so they're spending around 20 to 30 minutes, but this is not something we want to maintain. We're looking at kind of halving this even more. We're kind of fine-tuning our image segmentation engine, allowing different kind of services to go and upload faster. And this is why we want to ensure that businesses are on the app to kind of, while also uploading, you'll have access to the business clothes to be able to kind of find your clothes directly on the app and mix and match.
Thanks. I think there's a lot of, I mean, between Kizana, Sizewise, and Impersonas, there's like, I mean, if you put the three together, I think that's a very optimal solution that I would definitely be a customer of.
Nice. And by the way, the app is available on the App Store if you'd like to try.
بدك تحط review بس رمزي, whether it's good or bad. Okay, thank you, Joe. Can you please stop sharing? Okay, Sumer, I believe you're with us.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Happy to see you.
Happy to see you too. Can you share your screen, please? 1 minute. We'll
I
start
am
in 1
doing-
minute.
I am doing that.
Okay, but 1 minute for the judges to fill the grades.
Okay, do you see my screen and see me properly?
Yes, we see your screen.
So I'm happy to see you from Athens at the moment. I would have loved to be with you in Beirut, but this is the case. And half of the team is online with us also today.
Good, good, good to hear. Hey, but Sumer, can you open slideshow mode?
Slideshow mode? Okay.
إذا بتفضل يعني, it's up to you.
I am slideshow mode.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, let me try. Okay, can you see my... How do you see it now?
ليك عملها مثل ما كانت قبل
We
كان
see
أحسن.
your notes. You need to
Yeah.
just switch to.
خلاص okay. إلي.
This is okay?
Ready?
Yeah, Sumer, just go to slideshow full screen.
I'm trying to do that. What should I press on? If someone
Nick,
has some...
Nick, just go back to what you were doing before. This is fine, Abdo. Hot escape, just press escape.
Okay.
Okay.
This is okay?
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, Allah, you have 3 minutes.
Hello, we're going to present to you Mina Kanaan. So this is a smart yacht powered by wind and solar electricity. We have a telescopic wing sail covered by solar panels, which means when we have wind, we are sailing by the wind. When there is no wind, we're charging a hydrogen battery. And this combination of system allows us a 24/7 sailing experience. By doing that, we are adding 100 days to the sailing season and sailing silently, emission-free, under all conditions. We're starting in the Mediterranean, where about 1 million yachts come each summer, and the weather is amazing. And we have advantage financial and environmental measures being enforced as we speak, which will make such developments interesting. Now, since we chose a rental model, you need a booking platform. We took it a step further and found that there is no exploration app where you can go and book a journey. You want to spend a week at sea, what do you want to see, where to dive, what shops to stop on. So I'm making a booking and exploration platform that is unique in the Mediterranean environment. And since you need a lot of data to start, we're going to start with Greece, where the available infographics and mapping and routes are there, but they are not published online on any app. We are relying on existing data to make this app. You might say there's a business on it alone. I would like to discuss that later on, why it should be integrated with the yacht as a beginning. So our business model is a green yacht powered by sun, wind, and hydrogen, designed for a rental experience with a marine experience app. Our financials are pretty good. This is one of the most pessimistic valuation criteria. We are making 33% per year, and the sensitivity analysis would be nice to show. Our revenue streams are boat rental, the app later on, and selling yachts as well later on, not as a beginning. As a green market, we can expand to the fishing sector as FAO FFS program for fishermen, and we can tackle later on container ships with green technology. As an end of life cycle, the boat can be rented as a chalet or shredded. Of course, we prefer rental. This is part of our team. They are with us here. We met along the way. Each has his own expertise and adding on to this venture. There's a nice video that we won the Blue Economy competition on SwitchMed, and there's a 1-minute video that I'm not allowed to show here, would have loved to show it to you, that explains the entire concept. And these are the companies, stakeholders, partners on this project so far. And I am in the office of MSC Holding now in Greece with their... and I would like to thank you Hani, and the entire team for all the collaboration, and hope to be with you next time on the finals.
So I have a question. Why did you decide to go, from a business model perspective, to go for building your own boat versus teaming up with existing boat manufacturers and providing them with the technology for, solar power and so on and so forth?
Okay, so first of all, we are an existing boat manufacturer. This is what I do before this startup. We are a marine industry in Lebanon, so we have the entire experience to build that. And when I look at the market, we need to redesign the boat completely for efficiency. And this is why an existing hull cannot be just used to add the solar panel and the wing sail on top. You have to redesign everything comprehensively. This is what we're doing. Second, our cost of manufacturing in Lebanon is 1/5 the cost in Europe. And I have all the setup to do that, and the team.
And can this only be done using a solar sail? So I'm guessing it cannot be fitted out on a motor yacht without a sail. Is that correct?
The limitation is the area of solar panels. So if you fully cover a boat with solar panels, you don't have more than 10 minutes autonomy when you turn the engines on. So the wind balancing with solar and an efficient hull makes this project interesting. And we did a study at NDU for 1 year on the electric and hydrogen system, and another study at AUB for 1 year on the telescopic mechanism. And in both studies, they reviewed all existing technologies before confirming what we did, that this is the optimal solution. We are not the only one. There are about 12 competitors in the world tackling the green yachts. I believe we have the most comprehensive and low-tech solution. This is a high-tech, low-tech. It's an oxymoron. Maybe, I don't want to go too technically because we have short time, but I'd love to explain the technical side of this.
And there's no capability of using the momentum of the boat through the water and leveraging the wake to generate further power? Is it only on solar?
Okay, we are on solar and on wind. The wing sail is acting as a sail. It's a modern sail, like an airplane wing installed vertically. This is an old technology, but it hasn't been adopted to sails. So the propulsion mode are actually wind or electric. Now, with regarding to the wake wave, we are cruising at 6 to 9 knots, so we are very efficient with respect to the wake wave.
Okay. And from a storage capacity for your batteries, is there enough capacity to power the boat through the night, assuming the captain wants to sail in the evening?
This is a beautiful question. So in the electric design final project at AP, we had 7 scenarios. And the scenarios are balancing the power consumption versus utility, propulsion, day and night. So we have 24/7 cruising at 6 to 9 speed under any condition, with and without wind, with or without sun. And this is why the hydrogen part, the green hydrogen, we are generating green hydrogen on board. This is our main battery, because the battery or electric battery is too heavy to be used on a boat. We only have one for 30 or 40 minutes emergency use.
Okay. And last question from me is, هيدا boat that you have displayed, how many feet is it?
It's 11.6 meter.
Okay.
And the length.
So Ali, I guess it's a catamaran design. So what is the price difference between a traditional catamaran and this catamaran?
Well, our cost is actually less than a traditional catamaran because we are manufacturing in Lebanon and because the technology in-house. And the advantage of 11.6 meter, you are tax-free in Europe if you're under 12 meter. So our rental model is a big advantage for us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Ok,
Okay,
You're still
thank
with
you.
us?
Thank you, Sumer.
Hani?
Yes, yes, no more questions. Thank you
I
very
would like
much.
to thank Rabia, Vera, Karim, and the team who's on board. Hope to see you at sea next time, not online. On the
Hopefully,
boat.
we will be
Okay.
on board the yacht soon.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Zafir.
Mhm.
Lee, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Sumer, can you please share your screen, Lee?
I'm leaving.
Yes, Lee. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, so our final startup is from Lee, who is actually in Cyprus. She's enrolled in AUB Cyprus, and we went to Cyprus last week and bumped into her there. Heard very good things from Dr. Dow about her. We wait a moment till the jury finish grading, and we can start with your pitch. I'll let you know when to start. Thank you.
Can I start now?
One moment, please. Okay. Yeah, Eli? Okay, Lee, please, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So Wisely mission is to empower the next generation of learner and educator globally. So we want to democratize knowledge like never before. So for the last 2 decades until now, Web 2.0 has been a go-to place for everyone and for any activity and of course learning. However, existing Web 2 e-learning and AI are centralized. And the problem is that learners have limited access, higher cost, and lack of a specialized ground for learning. Educator and content creator earn minimal amount. They lack ownership over the content. And poor incentive system lead to limited quality interaction among both groups. And the rising popularity of AI in learning is prone to built-in bias. So this centralization of AI benefits primarily only a handful of big tech. And this can potentially narrow the intellectual horizon of an entire generation. But we envision a better future with Web 3.0. And our solution is to build an interactive decentralized platform on blockchain where knowledge is not just consumed but also created and shared to increase access and flexibility for learners and true ownership and direct monetization for academic creators and intensify use of the token economy. And so peer-to-peer interaction is at the center of our platform. So users simply connect to the Web3 wallet and get exposure to a decentralized world of learning with total privacy, ownership, and control. Users can also own and earn their educational contribution. And so the global e-learning is going to be a trillion market by 2030, and there will be 2 billion more learners between now and 2050. 70% of Web3 community now are millennial to Gen Z, and Gen Z segment is growing the fastest, and the demand for a specialized learning space is definitely on the rise. And we are unique because we are one of the early in the Web3 e-learning market, and we integrate SocialFi and education. And we are one of the first to employ superior interactivity feature optimized for on-chain social engagement. And we are specialized for the decentralized learning space. And we also have dynamic incentive system and DAO, which allow community over the world to connect, contribute, and benefit from our project. And our revenue model is we want to generate token economy within the ecosystem, and we will take transaction fee from user activity and subscription for premium access. And our first server, which is dedicated to art skill learning, is launching this month. It is supported by the Injective community, including people from the team. So Injective is a top layer 1 blockchain with market cap of nearly $3 billion. And we are currently asking for 190K for pre-launch development and marketing. And our test is going to be in Q2 2025. And we are a team from AUB Mediterranean with a diverse skill set, and we have experience mentoring in both academia and blockchain industry. The new era of knowledge sharing it now, and we're ready. Thank you.
Why would I want to go and look for knowledge on in Web 3 when I can have majority of it on Web 2? Like I think there's no lack of knowledge today, so knowledge is not a problem anymore, right? So why? I mean, as a curator of knowledge, I might want to go because I can basically earn more money on it. But as a searcher for knowledge, why would I use it?
Yeah. So for example, like as we are targeting like learners, so we are in the we are in the age that we want to for example, we want to engage with other community, and we want to also earn from the process of acquiring knowledge, and we can also exchange knowledge with other people. For example, student would like to do that. I mean, if our target is going to be Gen Z.
So you're speaking about specific type of knowledge. For example, like if I need knowledge about a specific topic, it's not easily findable online. I would go and look for it in your curated community, for example, and then I would pay to get that specific access to a given person and his knowledge. No?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, so do you have any different type of knowledge that is usually targeted in your system? So, for example, let's talk about basic physics, right? You're not going to put it on a blockchain because everybody has it, right? You can find it everywhere on the web. But let's say I want, blockchain development knowledge in Solana, okay? And I'd like to learn more about it, but I don't want to learn from anybody. I want to learn from these specific people that are specialized in this domain, right? So you're going to curate directly from key opinion leaders and sell their content. Is that the model?
Yeah, so if someone wants to learn like specialized kind of knowledge like about Web3 or about blockchain, and our platform, because we are already in the community and we have like connection and we have the community that's know about this knowledge, and that is why we can offer this in our platform. And we can also partnership with other blockchain, and they can offer course there, and to people to know more about the airdrop or how the platform works, for example.
Are you only enabling knowledge sale, or there could be other types of sale on your platform?
Well, we can also have advertisement for course, for like selling course for like Coursera, for example, and like private channel for tutoring, for example. Like you can host a channel for like art class or some kind of coding, for example. So we think about that. We thought about that. Thank you.
So I'm guessing this is and please correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, but I'm guessing this is a Web3 version of Masterclass or YouTube, where people can upload their content and knowledge sharing essentially becomes democratized. And then obviously from a business model, I mean, that's a different question, but am I correct with that statement, my first statement?
Yes, you're correct, I'll say, for now.
And is there a specific market that you're going after? Is it like high quality content, or what sort of content is it?
Thank you. So yes, we are aiming for university students, because we as a group of people from currently attending university, so we have connection with this group, and we also aim to go to university in Cyprus, because we are based here, and we want to connect this group first, essentially, and also learner from worldwide as well.
So, in the age of Web 2 to Web 3, I think it's very interesting. But all of a sudden, we have AI and Chat GPT 4.0, and it's just getting smarter and smarter exponentially day by day. How do you keep that competitive edge and that stickiness from your customer to say, okay, I want to use Wisely and the resources at Wisely, versus just asking my AI assistant?
Thank you for the question. So, because I mentioned that AI is centralized and it's owned by like a couple of big tech companies, so it's prone to built-in bias. So with Web3, there's new type of people, the new project that is developing AI right now. We're also looking to partnership with these AI project, because they offer a personalized as well Web3 AI that is integrated to the user personalized experience, I would say. So people can train their own AI model, and we can integrate this within our platform.
Okay, thank you. And
Thank you.
just last thing, you said, I mean, tokenization is one of your business models. Are you considering anything else like advertising, subscriptions? Obviously, it comes with premium content.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm just
we
trying to figure out the whole,
Yeah.
you know, monetization of content
Yes.
industry, right?
So yeah, so I think we're gonna generate total within our ecosystem, and like NFT as well, and a social token is gonna be like the main kind of mechanism that between the user and the content creator. So social token is like our main model.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. I believe we're at the end of pitch day. Zafik Bire, end of pitch day, another successful pitch day. So thank you, jury, for being with us. We really appreciate your time and expertise. Thank you to the startups who came, amazing startups, as usual. We expect nothing less. Thanks to the AV team, to the IT team, everybody to make this event a success. We're going to end the event with trophies to our esteemed jury members from Dr. Asfour. So we will start with Mr. Abdo Ashar. Phil Abdo. On stage. Nahla will be taking the picture. Thank you, Abdul. Now, please, Mr. Eli Akhras, for a picture with Dr. Asfour, our executive director. Let's say 10 to 15. Yeah, actually. Last year we took 13. Last year, 13, yeah. Okay, and finally, Mr. Ramzi Farah. Zafir Ramzi. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for coming. So we will be discussing very closely with our jury and our selection committee to determine who will move on to the next phase. So we hope to see you all there. It's going to be a very difficult decision for us to make about who's going to move on to the Build and Accelerate. But whatever happens, I've loved meeting you all and wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much.